Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2, Godfather Part 3. Robert Khakham Show, 25 years old, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. All right? This is in memoriam, in honor of all of the
all the hardships you went through.
Yeah, this is we're paying homage to the.
Did you notice I got your new chair?
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you like it?
Thanks, man.
You like the chair?
I like the chair.
It's comfy, eh?
It's nice. Do you have a new chair?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, just for you.
That's so nice, man.
I know.
Thank you.
I know it was.
No, that was a really nice thing for you to do.
No, I know.
Thanks, man. You starved so I could eat.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I'm starving, dude.
Yeah.
I am so starving right now.
You got the glasses on too?
My ass is killing me, dude.
Really? Why? What happened?
For you.
For me?
Yeah, because I got a shit chair.
Yeah.
No, would you think I get fucked in the ass or something?
No, I was like,
Let me make it very clear. I do not get fucked in the ass, okay?
How many surgeries have you had? That's what I wanted to ask, really.
I have yet to have a surgery on my ass.
Okay, good.
It's coming, though.
You don't know it's not.
You smelled the gas I have, dude. I've been farting.
I did?
I've been farting, dude.
Been farting?
Oh, yeah.
Been farting hard, huh?
Dude, farting hard. Yeah.
I listened to the last episode, and I like the way we started last episode, where I went like, "Oh, yo, suck my fucking dick." I listened to it today when I was posting it. It was good. Today's kind of like, fuck, man. I jerked off just like I've been jerking off way too much.
Makes sense, actually.
Just way too much. Like I can't. Why don't you stop me? Like, why don't you just fucking call me on the day of the pod and go, Rob?
Why don't you call me? Oh, you want me to start doing that? I can do that.
You need to be my jerk off sponsor.
Sure.
Call me
every day.
Not every day.
Every day.
On the day we do the pod, the day we record the pod, you got to be like, because like I got no energy right now. I'm just like so like, hello, hi. You got to call me on the days where we do the pod and be like, Rob.
Well, no, I think we should call you every day and just give you a check. I just give you like a kind of an angel on your shoulder, like, Rob, you don't need to jerk off.
Do not jerk off today, Robert.
Yeah, just give you a little extra guilt in the jerk off session coming up.
It's like as soon as I come, it's like I feel the life force of me just being drained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you watch gangbangs too, right?
I wish. It's evolved.
How does it get worse?
It's you don't want to know. It's nothing.
Well, I do.
I mean, I think everyone wants to know. It's more like, hey man, look, man. The older you get, the more your sexual appetite changes, right?
Well, if you keep feeding it, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm feeding the beast. And then at a certain dude, today I was literally just sitting there with like my hands on the keyboard in the search bar. And I'm like, man, what do I even want today? I think I'm done. Like, I think I've just...
Bro, you can't plateau on porn.
I think I've gone through the whole spectrum, and I'm just like, that's it. Like,
I could give you some ideas.
Sure.
Like, did you get into foot stuff yet? Not for you?
Like, I'd suck on my girl's toes, but not like...
You would suck on your girl's toes, but you wouldn't watch it?
I'm not really into feet. I'm not really into feet stuff.
No, not yet.
No, like...
You weren't into gangbangs.
I wouldn't jerk off to feet videos, you know what I mean? I'm not really into feet stuff, but I would suck on my girl's toes just to like... Because it's her toes, you know?
Well, let's go through the years like this, actually, and then you can fill in the blanks. But I think, let's start with 20. Where did porn start when you were 20?
Well, I mean... Where did it start?
Well, like, where was it at, I guess?
Where was I?
A better question.
In my journey.
Where were you on the journey of porn when you were 20 years old?
This is a great segue.
I think so.
And this is a great question.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's get into it. Year 20.
Yeah.
Year 20. We got to start here. We finished last time on year 19.
Yeah, so we're in 20. Yeah.
We're in the 20s now. We're in the 2020s. Here. Okay, so obviously it was COVID. Yeah. COVID hit 2020. Right?
So much porn.
Dude, and I think...
Oh, yes.
That's when I think I first started using lotion for the first time.
That's a cool thing to start doing. I like that.
I think I was just dry jacking it for like years.
It's not good for you.
Not great. No. I think I still have some scars on my dick.
You will. Yeah.
I do, for sure. My dick
roughs it up a little.
It's been through it.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a rib dick.
It gives you like your dick's got stories to tell.
It does. Yeah, you got to moisturize that.
It's like, you ever see that photo of like a dude before he went to war, and then when he comes back from war and he just looks way older and like tired and disheveled?
Well, that's because he was gone for about 10 years, but yeah.
Yeah, you know the photo I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's kind of like my dick, where it's like, dude, the more I jerk off, I think every year I just get like a little gray spot. I feel like
your dick is like an earthworm when it starts in the garden, it's all moist, and then you get out and you leave it in the sun, and now it's just dried out and fucking crusty and shit. You got rigor mortis on your fucking dick, dude.
Yeah,
it's just curved to the left and it just won't move.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So COVID obviously hit, and then, so obviously I was at home, and then Pornhub just gave everyone free premium for
This was when they weren't checking it too. This was before they took the videos down, I believe.
This was before before the fucking communist governments came in.
Yeah, before
And
there was a couple people that were underage
and started taking down fucking porn.
Yeah.
Right? It started as an attack on free speech.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're just taking down. It's like, yo, all right, yeah, she was 16.
She's 16. She get a tattoo. Why can't she fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I don't get it.
It was before that, yeah, for sure. But they were just giving everyone free premium, I guess. And
Yeah.
you know, you got free premium for like a week or two. I got it, but you know what, man? It really didn't do much for me. It wasn't really a what's it called? Like a big difference to me, because even the free porn is HD. Like at the time, premium was like really the only benefit of getting premium was you just got longer form videos, which was like. You know, there was like you don't really need. I'm not watching an hour. Like, you know, I'm skipping through it to the parts I like.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not watching this for the plot. I'm not watching this whole.
You're not there for the story.
I'm not there for any
You're
of
not there
it.
to meet her
I
parents.
don't fucking care. I'm there to see what her parents created.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that was you, right?
Yeah, Frankenstein's monster. Yeah.
I did also get a job selling credit cards at PC Financial at the time, like at the beginning of the year. So that was my first real big boy job.
Well, this is where you also jerked off at work too, right?
This is when I would start jerking off at
jerking
work.
off is spreading at this point.
Yeah, jerking off at work. Just the 20-year-old, just the hormones are just flying.
No, the reason you don't like premium, is that because you're more of an amateur kind of guy when you watch porn? Like you like it the less quality, like kind of like, oh, it's like these two people just decided to make a porn. Do you prefer that?
No, I don't really prefer it. I prefer, listen, Do
you like high quality?
I was thinking about this the other day. I just love dopamine. All right? I love dopamine in any form possible. I like dopamine in any way. I like dopamine from winning a bet.
Yeah.
I like dopamine from doing well on stage.
Yeah.
I like dopamine from, you know, I can't watch a certain video for more than a certain amount of time because I got to refresh the dopamine.
Yes.
So it's the same. That's kind of where it is. Amateur, professional. It's more just like, hey, I don't need the long form video. I'd like my porn to be in high quality. I'd like it to be in HD
So you
quality.
do prefer production value with it, though?
I do prefer a little bit of production.
Yeah, a little effort.
I appreciate a little bit of effort,
Yeah.
but even sometimes when there's low effort, that's still hot too. Because like you fucking dirty motherfuckers putting this on with low budget. You're just putting this on the internet.
For the love of the game,
and all you
dude.
got is an iPhone.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good
Love
for
that.
you.
Yeah.
Good for you. You're just posting this on the internet.
Relatable.
It's fucking. There's a site called I'm watching lately called eFucked, and it's not even like eFucked, and it's not even really like porn.
Should I know this?
No, it's kind of like a joke porn site where it's porn, but it's just shit it's porn in like joke form. So they have different compilations of just like funny shit in porn. There was one where it was just like compilations of like people just getting caught fucking in public, but like funny, and then it's like a whole joke. They make a joke out of different. They have different series up there. The one famous series was that me and my friends watched one time was is roasting porn stars. You've probably seen this before, no?
I don't know.
Okay, well there's like a 20 fucking video compilation of spanning the course of maybe 20 years or 10 years of just porn stars getting roasted. Some some quotes in there we still use to this day. There was one guy, he was like fucking this girl, and he was like, "Oh man, your pussy fucking stinks." And then he takes the Febreze and just sprays it on there. He's like, "That's some beat shit." Like way funnier. Trust me, way funnier when you're sitting in your boy's car and smoking weed and his.
It does
and
sound
his
like a
mom's
porn. It sounds like porn with friends. It sounds like more of a group setting porn.
Yeah,
to
it's
watch,
funny.
yeah.
You're not getting horny and jerking
Hard
each other off.
Yeah,
it's funny.
no, I didn't say that. I mean, you said that, but I didn't say that. I was more just meant like it'd be fun to watch with your friends.
Yeah, so we start. I jerk off at work. I got my job selling credit cards at PC. I had my first girlfriend at the time.
Yeah,
and that was
Did you ever watch porn with her?
Oh, we'd watch it once or twice
while you were fucking, or like you guys would pleasure yourselves while you watched the porn.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever pleasure each other while you were watching?
Yeah.
Porn? Fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's
You're
good
like
stuff.
Remember when George Costanza does that in Seinfeld, but he's doing it with food? He's like trying to get the trifecta of sex. And he's like, I gotta get food. I'm gonna get the ball game on. I'm gonna fuck her. Like you're like that. You're like, I gotta get porn. I gotta get my bets going. I'm gonna fuck this chick.
Is the trifecta of dopamine.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I mean. I've become just a dopamine fiend. It's so easy to get dopamine now. An Instagram reel does well, like they're doing well right now. I love it. I love all of it. I just
You get
want
everything
dopamine.
you want. Yeah.
I just want dopamine. Give me all the fucking dopamine you got.
You've been drinking energy drinks.
Been drinking energy. I've gone on energy drinks.
You are out of control.
Out of nowhere, I've gone on energy drinks.
You look like a dopamine guy too, with the new shirts you've been wearing and shit. Yeah, dude.
I'm running out.
I can see it.
I'm running out, but I am slowly becoming.
Buy some new ones every week. Buy a new shirt.
I'm slowly becoming a shirt guy.
Yeah,
you think
dude.
it fits?
Oh, dude, this is a nice shirt.
Really?
Oh, I'm not
like
fucking with you.
Really?
I swear to God, it's a nice shirt, dude.
It fits me with the stash.
What
and
is
the
that? Is that
frizzy hair.
birds on it?
It's got birds on it.
Fucking right, it's got
little birds on it.
Because you're gonna fly high, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. We're gonna do it. Oh, that's my favorite sound.
Yeah.
The Riz sound effect. That's awesome.
I gotta remember the sounds. We were lazy on the sounds last time. That's my bad.
So let's say my first girlfriend, we broke up in like February, all right,
Yeah.
before COVID started. We're on year 20. And then COVID started, and within like a week into COVID, I called her back, and I was like, "I miss you. Come on."
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
come
dude.
on. I was
like
20.
a real
I was
scumbag.
stupid.
Just like, hey, I fucked up.
And then we dated for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
But I did it, and it was fine. It was, we were hanging out. And it was nothing to do. We were home. Year 20 is when I really started smoking weed heavily. When I really started essentially, I was always kind of dabbling in it. I'd learn how to like roll joints and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd learn how to I started learning more about weed and stuff. But I think year 20 is when I really started like going hard with the weed. There's nothing to fucking do. Nothing to do. That's where I learned how to roll like great joints. I learned how to roll joints just at home.
You do roll a great joint.
I learned how to roll. I can roll
the best joints.
Any kind of joint you want. I can
any
roll
kind
it.
of joint.
Sat at home, we smoked weed, we played fucking Warzone all day. I played fucking Warzone.
I used to ask you to play Warzone all the time. You'd be like, nah, bro, I play too much.
Yeah, because I know. Dude, I was at my boy's place the other day, and he has a PS5, and he got MLB The Show 25,
Nice.
and I love baseball, and he got Warzone, and I played both of those things, and within 5 minutes, I was like, I'm getting a PS5, my career's over, everything is over, I can't do those things. I can't. I was dangerous. It was dangerous playing that because I knew, hey, if I get a PS5, if I get an Xbox even, if I get these games, the productivity of my career is over.
No. Here's the thing. Let's go habit stacking. Let's get rid of the jerking off. Let's do more game sessions because I've been playing a lot of Fortnite again lately. I would love to have you in on the team.
On Fortnite?
Yeah.
You've been playing Fortnite?
I love Fortnite.
You got the
dude.
Shohei Ohtani skin?
No, dude. I have this. It's a big chicken that I use. It's a big giant chicken with glasses.
Yeah?
Yeah, like kind of like me, just a
Do
big.
you find your
cock.
productivity has gone down more or no?
No.
No?
Well, I dropped a podcast, so I've had more time.
You've had more. You filled it with Fortnite, eh? You stopped. You dropped one of your podcast guys, and now you're doing. And I just.
Yeah,
Hey,
just to play Fortnite.
Hey man, we can't do the pod.
Remember I called you? I was just like, yeah, no, I have more time for your pod. It's actually I just have more time for Fortnite now.
I got the big chicken
Yeah,
pod going. The big chicken.
You might
skin.
notice the production value goes down on ours. And
Nah.
that's because I'm playing Fortnite.
Nah, I can't have that. We can't both have production value
You're
go
gonna.
down.
It's gonna have.
I
to,
can't
You're
bu-
gonna have to accept it.
My point that I was.
This setup here, you're gonna have to let me play Fortnite.
My point that I was trying to make is, the reason is because I knew because COVID has ruined me, where I would sit at home and play video games all from day up to day down.
Yeah, you're the only guy that was affected by COVID like this too. That's
Comedy-
That's interesting.
Comedy was done. There was no comedy. I thought it was never coming back. To be honest with you,
You did stop though.
I
eh?
stopped. Yeah, I stopped. I
Well,
was
you
like,
had to, right? It's
well, here's the
pandemic.
thing. Up until that point, we'd gone through year 17, and now we're at year 20. For that whole year, it was just nonstop grind every day. And then when COVID hit, I finally remembered like what it was like to just be a regular person again.
Yeah.
Because I kind of went from that
Well, when were you ever a regular person?
from
You
year.
started doing stand up at 16. Your life was never regular.
Yeah, that's
Right?
what I mean, right?
You
It's-
sure remembered how to be you, I guess, but not a regular person. You're not a regular guy.
But that's what I mean. Is it went
Okay.
from it went from like I missed that year from like year we talked about it, from like year 16 to 17 to year 20. I missed that like regular guy thing, bro. I went prom. I did comedy on prom night.
That's sick.
Prom night. I
That's
didn't.
fucking badass, dude.
I don't know, man.
I mean, like it's like you're a virgin, but like it's sick.
now that I'm older, I'm kind of like I kind of wish I went.
Yeah,
Kind of wish I went. Just
Why?
a touch. It's just for the experience,
dude.
Just for the.
Listen, I had like a pretty good high school. Gives a fuck, dude.
Really?
Who
Wasn't
gives a
anything, huh?
shit? Yeah, it gives a shit.
Just hanging out with a bunch of
Went and
fucking...
had sex with a girl for the first time. Didn't really know.
A prom night?
Yeah.
Man, you just lived the
Real American
Pie.
Pie, dude.
You just had the American Pie life, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, dude. Like a few of my friends also didn't have sex. It's just like it's whatever, dude. Like high school is fucking stupid, man.
We're getting laid on fucking prom
Like I mean, my
night.
high school I guess wasn't great in the sense I wasn't getting laid, but like it was like also still I was playing sports. Like I knew people. Like it's besides the sex, it was like it's nothing, man.
But that's what I mean, man. When COVID hit, I finally got back to just being a regular person again.
Yeah.
I finally got back to just like, oh yeah, I don't need to do comedy. I had to rediscover myself because my whole identity was just being a comic at that point. And I had to like rediscover myself and be like, oh yeah, you know what? I could have fun. I could go, here's what I did. I was rediscovering myself. I did mushrooms for the first time during COVID.
Yeah.
Ever. During the summer, it was great. I don't really remember what I learned from it. I just learned everything's connected. The universe is connected to each other.
Yeah, I don't know if you really learn much from mushrooms, man. The more I've done it, I was just like, I don't think I think you see some cool shit, but like,
it depends on the dose, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some bad ones.
You gotta do big enough dose to really start learning some stuff.
Yeah, the whole connected thing though, like you could read a book and figure that out though. I don't know you need mushrooms for it.
But it's different than reading it, but versus actually feeling it.
Sure, that's a good point.
Feeling it you could say, hey, everything's connected, and you can agree with the fact that you believe, yeah, everything is connected. Yeah. But it's actually feeling it in your soul, feeling it in your head, is something that the shrooms kind of like really does to you. You know what I mean? That's something that you can really understand. But I did shrooms I didn't do that big with those, but that's one thing I took away from it during COVID. I did shrooms. I was like, yeah, all right. It's good.
Yeah, all right. Maybe there's a God. Yeah.
I'd hang out with my buddies. We'd play soccer in the parking lot, in a parking lot in fucking Thornhill.
Yeah.
Richmond Hill. That was fun.
Sounds
like
a
good time. I had a car. I'd buy an ounce of weed off my buddy. I'd go home. I'd roll up a joint. We'd kick a soccer ball around. I'd go home, play Warzone with the weed. Like I was 20. There was honestly, listen, I will say this. And this is a rant.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything bad about this. This sounds great.
This sounds amazing, right?
Sounds great.
This is what I wanted to talk about. I want to say there was something so mystical about that first COVID lockdown.
So much Warzone.
Warzone every day, smoking weed as much as you wanted. Fucking, there was just something in the air about about that first lockdown. Where it was just something, it's reached this level of nostalgia now.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not the only one to talk about it, but you see it all over social media now. Everyone's talking about it. It was a fucking nostalgic time, dude.
Yeah.
Thinking back on it now, it was just such a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, holy shit, everything shut down. And then it's like, I had no pressure. It was a longer summer vacation. It was so fun. It was great. I rediscovered, and then on top of that, the government's just giving you money to have fun. Remember, the government was just giving you money to have fun. There was just something so nice about it at the time.
Yeah.
I think if God forbid, but if it ever does happen again, if we go into another lockdown, I think we're done. We're done. I'm going back to the video games, going back to the pod, or no, the pod's over. I'm going back to...
No, the pod takes off at that point. Everyone's back inside. That's why podcasts took off to begin with.
That was
my one. Really started then.
That was my one regret, was really just like not grinding it. But hey, it's never too late.
There's no regrets. That's not what this is about. This is about being grateful.
This is about reflection and learning.
Reflection and gratefulness.
Reflection and growth. This is what this series is about.
Yeah.
This is what the 25-year-old series, part 3, is about.
Yeah. Well, that's what the whole thing's been about.
This is about reflecting and growing.
Yeah. And being grateful of the good times of COVID.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Man, I wasn't really doing much comedy too, I tell you. Like there wasn't much comedy
there was no
really.
comedy to be done. There was like Zoom calls, wasn't there?
Zoom comedy. I'm so happy. I never did one of those.
Good for you.
I never.
I
never did.
Keep your integrity.
Never did nothing online. I did a couple of shows in person, but I never did anything online. Never fucking performed for a webcam ever. I'm like, I'm not doing this. If I can't do 4 shows a night, I'm not going on a laptop and doing comedy.
No. That's not for you.
No. Year 20. Feel like, did I miss anything? You have any questions, Tyler?
No, I think you nailed it.
Any concerns?
Just more porn for the next one. 21. I would like to hear more porn.
Hey, man, listen, you got to understand, as we're going through this, the porn is there.
I know.
The porn is...
I would like to hear more about the porn.
The porn is growing, okay? The porn is you said feeding the beast. I've been feeding the beast.
Oh, the beast is fed.
The beast is being fed, man. I got Pornhub Premium in fucking year 20, bro. Started using lotion for the first time. Game changer. I fucking went off, okay?
Yep.
I started watching shit, all right? That was like...
Now we're getting into it.
You know, like, it was more like, yeah, all right, hardcore stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You know, do I really have to explain it here?
Yeah.
Hardcore stuff.
I want to know
rough
exactly.
stuff, you know? And, like, but the consent... Because I was also dating my girl at the time who, like... And I didn't know... Because, I don't know, I couldn't make the connection. Do you see what I'm saying? The connection between, like, this is entertainment and the stuff I'm watching. This is a...
You were lost in the sauce.
I got too lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
This was entertainment. And then, like, how do you have real sex with this person?
It's hard to look in the eye, dude.
It's hard, right? Yeah. Because, and there's this thing where I have taken breaks from porn, and there's this thing where you take a break from porn, and you actually start looking at women as, like, real women again. Yeah. Instead of just, like...
Well, dude, you got to stop looking at those breaks. So you got to just find moderation. You got to push through that. You got to jerk off once every 3 days right now. Don't try and be like, oh, I'm going cold turkey forever. What are you, fucking Superman? You think you're Kobe Bryant waking up at 4 a.m.? No, you're Robert Khakham. You wake up at 12 p.m. Maybe you're not a cold turkey guy. Maybe you're a guy, you know, don't jerk off tomorrow. That's a win.
Maybe get out of bed first.
Maybe get out of bed first. Nothing worse than not waking up and then just jerking off and then being like, what are you going to do then? Go back to bed?
Maybe take a shower. Maybe make your bed before you jerk off.
Dude, have 10 simple little checklist things.
That you
Brush
do.
your teeth.
Brush your teeth
Smile at yourself in the mirror.
Maybe
say you love yourself in the mirror. Try that gay shit.
Wash your mouth before you spit in your hand and jerk off.
Wash your fucking mouth, dude. Yeah, you dirtbag. That's a good thing. Let's start with that.
Have a cup of coffee.
If we're going to be reflecting and growing, let's start that tomorrow. Try not to be such a scumbag about jerking off tomorrow.
There's one thing about jerking off, but there's another thing about being a complete scumbag with jerking off.
Jerk off with some class. How's that?
Jerk off with some
class.
Jerk off with some respect for yourself.
Some respect for yourself. Light a fucking candle, dude.
Have some respect. You're making love to yourself.
Take yourself out, dude.
Stop it. Yeah. You're not fucking... Stop. It's self-rape.
You know what that is?
Stop self-raping yourself.
Exactly. Get some consent in that jerking off. Why don't you do this? Why don't you take yourself out for breakfast, lunch, or dinner before you decide to jerk off? Take yourself out.
Yeah.
Do something.
Have a breakfast.
Do something nice for yourself. You know, and put a currency on it where it's like, I don't have the money for breakfast today. I don't have the money to jerk off today.
Right.
You know what I mean? But don't do this thing where you're like
inspiring.
Don't do this thing where I'm like, oh, I'm not jerking off all month. What are you? Like, are you crazy? What are you fucking not gonna blow some steam out, dude? I jerk off maybe 3 times a week for about 6 minutes total a week.
Yeah.
Get in, get out, dude. I'm just there to just fucking just get my blood pressure down a little bit, get some dopamine, and fucking fire on with the day. That's it. You think I haven't had my fucking porn problems in the past?
Correct. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Fucking Greg messaged me the other day because he listened to one of the episodes and he says, I'm dying laughing.
That's good.
I'm like, okay, what part did you die at? He goes, and he sends me the quote. He goes, the mornings where I wake up and I don't jerk off, I overcame adversity.
You did.
And I'm like, that should be my positive affirmation I put on my phone. If you don't jerk off right when you wake up, you have overcome a challenge. You have overcome
have a reminder on your phone.
You have overcome adversity.
You have. That's your adversity.
So good. That was year 20, man. COVID. It was just a time, man. It's all foggy now because I was really just going hard with the weed. But like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be sober at that time?
Nobody was.
No. Such a fun time, man. That first fucking lockdown was just...
First month was great.
That first lockdown, you were just in Narnia.
That was like when in Jimmy Neutron, in the movie, when they wake up and all the parents have been sucked up to the fucking space and they're like, yes, we got to go on the rides.
You get to do whatever we want here. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
just like, there's no consequences.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want here. It was a Twilight Zone. It was the Twilight Zone of time.
Yeah.
You ever watch old Twilight Zones? It was the Twilight Zone of the time.
Yeah.
That's a show that doesn't get talked about enough. All right, moving on. That was year 20. Had my girlfriend, smoked weed, COVID, very foggy time. Still a good time. You know, having good rediscovery. It was a rediscovery year. It was a year of growth. Very big year of growth. Very big year of rediscovery. There were ups, there were downs. Year 20. Year 21. Year 21. I had quit from PC Financial because I had worked there for about a year. Then this was an even more rediscovery. I had jumped from like odd job to odd job of like, because comedy wasn't really around, so I had to kind of rediscover what I wanted to do, right? I wasn't really doing much comedy. I'd kind of maybe put comedy on the back end a bit, right? So I was like, maybe I'll be a graphic designer. And I started trying to learn how to graphic design. You know, I didn't get that far, but I learned some skills. Worked at a couple of weed stores. I started smoking weed, and then a year later, I'm working at the weed store. I quit. I got fired from a weed store one time because I forgot the name of the store now, but it was like this was when weed stores were still really popping up in Toronto. They weren't all corporate. There were still a lot of independent ones. I forgot the name, but basically the uniform of this weed store was like an apron with it wasn't like a Home Depot apron with just a rope that you tie around. It was an apron where it was like it had like a leather spiderweb strap that you had to put on the back. So like the guy hands me the apron.
Like always Halloween there? What are you talking?
The guy hands me the apron, and to put on the apron, it was like leather straps, basically. But it wasn't just something you tie around your waist. It was like there was like back straps, 2 straps on the back, but they were leather, and it was like just seeing the leather and the apron. And on top of that, you had to put a bunch of flair and buttons and shit on your apron. And I'm like, I'm not wearing that. That's what I told him. I'm like, do I have to? They go, well, you don't have to wear it now. I'm like,
why?
I'm like, I'm not wearing that because it was just like, guys, come on, man. Like,
ugh.
Like I can make weed. I can serve weed without this.
Why are they dressing you up like you're making meth? Like, what are we doing here?
And year 21 was the year where I placed my first bet ever. I placed it on a soccer game.
Yeah.
Borussia Dortmund versus Arsenal. It was a Champions League game, and I won, and that was it. And that was it. It was over. Sky high. That was it. Now we're here today, making gambling reels that are going viral on Instagram right now.
Damn right.
So good.
Damn
that
right.
was the first bet I ever placed. So then I'd be at work with not wearing the apron, okay? And it was a very hipster kind of place, very hip kind of place, and they had like a little swing. And I would sit on the swing and I would just gamble on Major League Soccer. Like, I'd be looking at sports picks while there'd be customers coming in, and I'm just like, they're like, hey, Robert. I'm like, oh, yeah, one sec. I'm just gambling.
I just want to get a quick visual. Did your feet touch the ground when you were on
No,
the swing?
they were swinging.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
They had a little swing
wanted to make sure.
inside the store, and I would sit on that swing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I would just be gambling without wearing the uniform, and they'd be like, up. And then they let me do a couple deliveries just to get me out of there.
Nice.
I did deliveries fine. Nothing happened with the deliveries. But then they just call me one day like, listen, Robert, I think it's time we let you go. After a week. They gave me like a week trial.
Listen, Robert, you haven't been wearing the apron.
Yeah.
Your feet don't even touch the ground on the swing.
You're gambling at work. You haven't been touching you haven't put on the gay apron that we're trying to make you wear. You know, and my manager was a flamboyant gay man.
Of course, yeah, obviously. He made you wear a fucking apron.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong.
In this context, there was something wrong with that.
But he was like, he'd have that very feminine voice about it. And like, hey, you know what? All right. But it's like, dude, come on, man. Like weed, what happened when weed was cool?
It stopped once we started making it corporate.
Right? What happened when weed was fucking rock and roll? What happened was when they called weed dope.
Dude, I go down to this fucking one weed place, and I go there. I'm a regular there, and every single time the same guy goes, can I see your ID? It's like, brother, you know me. Like, what is this gay shit, dude?
What happened to some fucking customer service?
What happened to just you being chill? It's a weed store. Don't fucking stick up like I'm robbing the place.
Let me see a fucking ID.
Oh,
do I look 19?
And again, nothing wrong with it, but he is gay, and I'm not saying that's why he does it. I'm just saying, I don't know.
No, I understand what you mean, man. So yeah, they called me like, I think it's time we let you go. Did I even argue with them? No. Then
no,
what am I gonna say?
I think so too.
What am I gonna say? I'm like, yeah, I get it. That's what I said. They're like,
yeah.
You have any questions? I'm like, no. And then I had therapy after. My therapist goes, did you ask them why? I go, no. I just didn't want to know.
No, I know why.
I know why, and I didn't want to hear them say it.
Yeah.
I'll leave with why I think why it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Do you think you should have asked them why?
Great question. No.
I
you know what? Maybe I should have just for the story now, just so I could have a good laugh about it later. Because if I asked why, and then if his answer would have, you don't wear the apron, you gamble at fucking work, you don't fucking help any of the customers, you don't know shit about weed. I didn't know anything about the legal market stuff. They'd ask me what my favorite strain is. I'd say a strain that you can only get from like some actual black market dealer.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, cool, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
yeah man, sorry. Trying to do graphic design, trying to fucking sell weed. I did do mushrooms again. Comedy was sort of starting to come back, but it just wasn't what I remember it being. Like, you couldn't do as many shows as you wanted. You couldn't. It was still kind of iffy on, like, we're going to get locked down again. We're not going to get locked down again. It was just, gay Canada. We're not going to do it. We are. We're not. We are. We're not. So I'm like, fuck this. This is bullshit. I'm just going to start doing it again. They're just going to take it away from me. So at this point, I took, like, a pretty big dose of mushrooms. Again. The year after, I try to do mushrooms at least once every summer.
Mm-hmm.
I took a big dose, and at the time, I was really getting into nature and shit. And I'm like, what should I do? And then I started looking. I'm like, man, and I thought the government was genuinely trying to come and like, they were gonna get us. You know, they were coming to fucking.
This was on the trip.
No, this was before the trip, going into the trip.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, before.
Good headspace to be in.
Great headspace to do psychedelic drugs.
Yeah.
The government's
Already
coming.
Suspicious.
The government's coming to put me back in a camp.
Fuck yeah.
They're coming to put me in a camp. They're coming. They're really doing it. They're really gonna fucking lock us down here. They're really gonna. They're gonna bring in the military. They're gonna take me back. They're gonna fucking. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna keep us in control. I go, fuck it. I'm living off the grid. I'm going to go self-sufficiency. That was my plan at the time. Year 21. I was in a weird headspace, man.
Apparently.
I was like, I'm doing it. I'm gonna go fucking live off the grid. I'm gonna grow my own food. I'm gonna have solar panel house. I'm gonna have chickens and fucking cows, and I'm gonna have the whole thing on my own. Right? I'm gonna have a self-sufficiency.
Whole 9 yards. Yeah.
I was wanting to do it, so I'm like, all right, how do I do this? So I look, and apparently there was farming school was available at Durham College. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to fucking farming school. It was May,
That's
June.
so fun. This is what sparked the farming. This is what made you a professional farmer.
This was kind of what sparked the farming.
You're a
right?
horticulturist now, right?
A horticulturalist.
Horticulturalist.
A certified horticulturalist.
My mistake.
I'm like, I'm going to fucking farming school.
Yeah.
I was going to fucking farming school. I'm going to do it. I don't even want to do comedy. And then I took mushrooms, and I'm like, I'm really going to fucking farming school.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to start a garden. I listen to the wind of the trees, bro.
And that told you to go to college?
Being high, it didn't tell me to go to college, but I realized everything's alive and connected.
Yeah. You really understood it then.
To this day, when I hear wind from trees, I'm always like, they're talking to each other. That was my whole thing. I'm like, the fucking...
Honestly, who's to disprove that?
The trees, the wind are talking to each other. Also in 2021, Fast and Furious 10 came out. Fast X. I was alive. I did not go see it, but I was happy to be alive in the same timeline as Fast and Furious 10. Fast X, the movie, came out. But I was just in a very like place of limbo almost, where I was like, I wasn't doing comedy. I want to go live off the grid. I want to go. But I signed up for farming school, and the mushroom solidified that. And I was ready, and I did it. And I went to fucking farming college. Year 21 was my first year of farming school. I got there. It was great. It was incredible. I showed up. There was a greenhouse. There was two like what's it called? There was a greenhouse. There was a big field. They had a hydroponic house that had like fish in it that's swimming. You could use fish poop to grow stuff.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
Well, I know you can use poop to grow stuff. I assume fish poop works too.
Fertilizer.
Yeah.
I got there. I was in love.
Yeah, I
I was in love. I'm like, this is it. I'm smoking weed every day. This is the life. Nature. I'm going to school out in nature. It was a 40-minute drive, but I was like, I'm going to school in nature.
Yeah.
I'm a freaking farmer. Damn. Right? I love this shit. Right? But also, in the back of my head, I was like, I started having those thoughts. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should do comedy, whatever. But they weren't really like over. For the first year or two, I just didn't. Of farming school, I was like, I'm not doing comedy. I'm fucking done doing comedy. Fuck this shit. Fuck this. I honestly think everyone should just once in their lifetime go out into a field and work in a field. Because when you go out and work
specifically in like a field,
in like an outdoor
Yes.
field, just
Yeah.
do some sort of work, weeding, pull out weeds from the ground, plant some stuff, anything. Because I picture that, bro. I'm just out there in a fucking field. I'm out there in a field
and I've seen pictures
with my
of it.
thoughts.
Yeah.
With my thoughts. I was out there in a field just like with everyone. I think everyone should just go out into a field and just go work in a field. No phone, no nothing. Then you'll find out what you're really fucking about. You'll find out whether you love this shit or you go, I hate this fucking shit. And then when you get that thought of I hate this, when your brain goes, what would you rather be doing instead of being here? That thought that you have, that's what you should go be doing.
That's fucking powerful, dude.
That's the thought you should have. Everyone should go out into a field, join in their mouth, fucking start working, and just see where your mind goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, cool. Maybe you enjoy it. It is relaxing. It is you get very into Zen. That's one thing I do miss about it. It was very Zen. It was a very Zen thing. You're out in nature. It's nice. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. The wind's blowing. You're planting some seeds and stuff. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what I think everyone should do. They should just go out into a field one time, just work a week, a month. If you don't know what you want to do, just go out. Just go be a farm helper for a month. And then you'll figure out you'll figure out real quick if you want to be here or not. But I stuck it through, man. When I signed up for farming college, I was like, you know what? I dropped out once before. I didn't talk about that. I went to Seneca College, year 19.
You are good at quitting. We've learned that.
I'm great at quitting.
You can't quit jerking off, but you can quit anything.
I went for marketing.
Interesting.
I went for marketing at Seneca. I quit after 2 months. This was my second time going back to college. And I'm like, my first time going back, basically.
Second time going, first time going back.
Exactly, yes. Yep. I'm like, if I'm going, I'm just going to it's a 2-year program. I'm going to fucking see it through. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to be a fucking farmer.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's better than most of the shit I learned inside a classroom. We did have, most of it was on Zoom. And I had a bit about this where I was like, I learned how to, I went to farming school. I learned how to farm on Zoom. You believe that? What I'm trying to tell you guys is you're all going to starve. You think I was fucking paying attention on farming Zoom school? Yeah, maybe I had the window open in the back and I was just jerking off in the next one, right? Now I hear the word photosynthesis, I get hard.
Nice. You still doing that joke?
No.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried in Oshawa. It did all right because I was their school that I was at.
Yeah.
But other than
that, in the right context, it could work. Absolutely. Yeah.
I was never able to make anything about farming school funny on stage.
Yeah, it's not very funny.
It's not.
Yeah.
I thought it was unique. That was funny and unique.
Yeah, no, I heard a comic say that recently. It's like, hey, man, if it doesn't hit with people, just fucking drop it. And I was like, yeah, good call.
So simple.
Stop trying to push your shit, man. It doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work.
So simple. Yeah. Like, I went to farming school. I never could make anything. I don't know. I never could find any funny angle to come at it from.
Maybe you just don't find it funny yet.
I don't find it funny.
Yeah, so why would it be funny?
It was a weird time in my life, man.
That's what I mean. But like maybe you're still working it out, right?
It was a time of rediscovery.
Is there some pain in this college experience?
No. Like maybe the pain was just the fact that
or is it just like too neutral? Like there was no feeling almost.
Almost that.
I think that would make more sense.
It was almost like I was just living the average regular Joe Schmo life, going to school, go work out in the field.
Makes sense, man. I've worked in kitchens and serving my whole life. Like when I was 14, like I don't find it funny. I'm like, this is like mundane work. I don't like this.
Yeah, I go out, plow stuff in the field. Come think about maybe I should start doing comedy again. Whatever, something was coming back,
but it's like creeping in, though, right? So like
it's
comedy's like the creeping back.
It kind of creeps in, but you kind of fight it, and you're like, nah, fuck that, right? I like it out here.
Well, yeah, because you're like I'm growing up, I'm moving on. Like it's like this is the thing of the past, right? Like so you're moving on.
Yeah, I'm like
but you can't move on.
I like it out here. I'm like in witness protection almost. Like I'm just working out.
Honestly,
in a fucking farm.
That's a great visual of that.
I'm working in a fucking farm. I'm working on a fucking field. Tell 16-year-old Robert, hey man, in 5 years, you're not even going to be doing comedy. You're going to be working on a fucking farm in a field and in school. You're paying to work here, actually. You're not actually getting paid. You're paying to be here, by the way. Oh, interesting. But farming school, I guess, here's the thing, though. There was a very, like, big spectrum of people, right? Because, some colleges, you got your liberal weirdos, right? And then you got the farming school, because it was in Durham region. It was in Oshawa, technically. So, you'd have, your obviously you'd have, your right-wing people who were, like me being, like, I'm going to go live off the grid, self-sufficiency, whatever. But then you had you had your liberal trans people, but they were all Oshawa liberal trans people, meaning they were tough. Like, they could fuck you up. Tough trans people. They could fuck you up, but they also, love tomatoes, but they could, fuck you up if they really wanted to.
60 and, a trans that's still got that fucking man built.
It was the whole...
They don't try and hide it.
You had the whole spectrum, and it was farming school, so you had the whole spectrum of people just, you had people like me being, losing their minds every day, being like, they're coming to get us, I'm going to go live off the grid.
Yeah.
Then there was this one... oh my god, there was this one really butchy lesbian. Her name was Amanda, bro. She had bigger biceps.
That's a butch lesbian.
She had bigger biceps than me. She had a bandana. She ran a dairy farm.
I can picture it right now.
She ran a dairy farm, and she drove a Dodge Ram truck.
Damn right she did.
And she had a bandana around her head, and she
called you a faggot on the way out, dude.
Yeah. She would not fuck around, bro. Yeah. I bought eggs from her one time, and they were the best eggs I've ever had.
Yeah.
So good. But she did not fuck around. But then you had your weird non-binary people, but they were still trailer trash non-binary people. It was weird. I've never seen it
non-binary because their dad hit them type shit. Yeah.
More non-binary because I only had cold water in the house.
Yeah, cold water will fuck you up. We talked about that before.
I only had cold water in the fucking I had to wash my feet in the sink.
Yeah.
People.
I don't have a gender or hot water.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't have. I don't have a.
I have nothing.
I don't have a specific letter for my gender, and I also do not have my own bedroom.
I have no H on the faucet.
My whole trailer is bunk beds.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like those type of people.
They have a triple decker in one bedroom.
And it was just this group of misfits in farming school learning how to farm.
It makes sense because it's probably easy to get into farming school, I'd imagine. You guys weren't like the cream of the crop of intelligence.
Hey, man, you got a high school diploma? Yeah? Come on in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on in.
That's the kind of college degree.
You ready to work hard? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Not even work hard either. I can't imagine you working hard physically.
But it's a good skill I learned, I feel like. It's a good skill. I feel like if the world did end, I'd be all right.
You're a professional planter. I've said this before. It's awesome. You're a professional gardener.
I could
That's
fucking.
Awesome.
I could fucking.
You could make a sick garden.
I have had a sick. I didn't start last year. I had a sick garden.
Tell you right now, it wasn't that sick of a garden.
Why?
Because it wasn't nice.
Why this in my garden?
Because like the actual like surrounding area of it, like sure, I'm sure like the foundation of it was great and you had good tomatoes, but it didn't look good. Like it. Like,
oh
I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
walk up to that
Aesthetically,
garden,
you mean?
like, yeah, aesthetically, I wouldn't look at that garden and be like, I want to stay here and watch it.
Yeah,
like,
it was
I would
on my
see it and be
balcony.
like, oh, sick. That's going to be something one day.
It was on my balcony in Toronto, and it was just fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's a shit garden.
It was on concrete.
Yeah, it's a shit garden.
Hey, it was not shit because I had carrots. All right, baby carrots.
You send me some pictures of that garden. I'll make sure I put that up on the pod for you.
Let the audience decide.
Let the people decide.
That wasn't a shit garden.
You know what? We'll make it a clip too, because then we know
it wasn't a shit garden. It was all right.
I want to see people in the comments mixing it up here. Be like, it's a great garden. They'll be like, yeah, it's a great garden for an idiot.
Yeah, you start a fucking garden.
Yeah.
And you guys go out and get some pots and soil, and then tell me what
Again,
grows.
it just sounds so easy.
Tell me what grows.
Everything you're saying sounds easy.
What?
It has simple instructions.
We have been doing it forever, but you'd be surprised how many people just don't get it. Like something starts dying or not growing, and they're like, why? I don't understand. I can.
Well, that's just pride and ego. It's like you could understand.
I can answer those questions.
I could grow a sick garden.
I can answer.
I could do
questions.
a better garden in my house right now. It would be sick. You'd come in and it'd be so zen.
No, you can't. I have the paperwork.
I have a better work. I have better work ethic.
I have the paper.
I
have the paperwork to prove that I can do it.
Yeah, dude. I don't need papers, dude.
I have the papers.
I have no paperwork for.
I have papers.
I don't even have a smart server.
I have paper. We should do a garden competition, you and me.
Yeah, sure, dude. I will crush you
in the middle of June.
Yeah, I don't think I understand how hard I'll go at this. The podcast will stop.
Just so you can prove.
Yeah, dude. Like I'll stop everything. I'll stop doing comedy again. I'll stop literally everything in my life to
make the sick
I've
garden.
done this many times with different projects. Be like, oh, I'm stopping everything to do this.
Like what? What was one project you did?
I was the sports podcast. I stopped doing comedy because I just started like, oh, I'm gonna go all in on this. Like, I will do that. Like I will obsess over things. Dude.
So I had that in 21.
Yeah.
That same thing where I would bounce from thing to thing. Where I'm like, I'm giving this my all now. Dude, I placed my first bet. I won. I'm like, I'm a professional gambler. Right?
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Right? Or
I mean, that's kind of every gambler, but yeah, like you really hyper fixated on it though.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm fucking in Robert De Niro in Casino.
Why am I going to work?
I'm Ace Rothstein. What? Dude, $20, I can make it $1 million. I'm set for life. What the hell am I doing
looking
here?
at the exponential growth of this. You're like, oh, so if I just bet more, it's more.
Yeah, if I just spent all my time studying the games and the lines, hey, I made it.
If I just knew someone within the biz, I could make so much money on this.
But it'll never happen, though. You will get destroyed. You will get destroyed.
With that fucking attitude, you will.
Totally.
Yeah.
I know. But I got fired from work partially for that reason. I don't need this weed job. Just gamble.
Gamble. It's so funny now that you paint the picture of that, they fire you. You're like, yeah, you know what? I'm better than this.
I don't even need to know why. Did you bet on fucking MLS today?
Yeah, I did this without an apron too, buddy.
Did you bet on the Seattle Sounders to win? No, you did not. I did. And you know what? It's going to fucking hit.
Start betting on the PWHL. That's women's hockey.
Betting on soccer is the worst sport you can bet on, for sure. That's the funniest part of all of that.
Why is that?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because there's so many... First of all, so rigged. Soccer is one of the easiest sports to rig. Second of all...
Well, wait. Why is it easy to rig?
It's easy to rig.
You just gloss over that.
It's easy. It's just easy to rig. I don't know. There's just so much space that these guys have to cover. I'm gonna go like 5 inches to the left. Let this guy just jump through my left flank, and just let him move the ball through. The goalkeeper might go, fuck it. I don't want to fucking save the ball. And might not dive.
Wait. Why would the goalkeeper not want to save the ball?
Oh, because they're getting paid off.
Okay, you can say about any sport.
Sure.
I deny this one. I block you on this one.
Italian soccer. super rigged. It's controlled by the mob.
Okay, we can assume that
Italian
everything
Serie A.
Italian is rigged. I'll give you that.
Serie
for sure.
A rigged.
Yes, I will
England
give you
Premier
that.
League. And here's the second reason why soccer is the worst bet to bet on, because it can end in a draw.
Yeah, of course.
And if it
yeah.
ends in a draw, you lose.
You can bet on the draw.
You can bet on the draw.
Yeah.
Who the fuck bets on a draw?
In soccer, because it could end in a draw.
You have now you have 3 ways to lose. Other sports, basketball, baseball, you can bet this team or this team. They can't end in a draw. There has to be a winner.
Well, yeah, there's 2 ways to lose.
There's
3
2 ways.
outcomes and 2
Now
ways
you've
to
added
lose.
a draw.
Yeah.
What if it ends 1-1 and you had this team
That's
to
a
win?
great number if you bet a draw.
Dude.
I'm imagining that's a big plus number.
Dude, there'd be soccer games I bet on and it would end in a draw. Like, there's nothing worse than losing on a draw.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about soccer is if you bet the outcome of a game, it's like 1-0. So it's like, there's not much to cheer for.
It's
as a soccer fan.
it's just the worst. The fact that I would, and not only the fact that I would bet on Major League Soccer, like a North American soccer.
Yeah, that's the worst one. Well, not the worst one.
Half
but
of
it's
these
not
guys
fun,
have
though.
day jobs.
Well, half of them also come from the Premier League when they're like 40.
Half of the Toronto FC are plumbers. You
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah.
Then they expect these guys to win the Major League Soccer
Honestly,
championship.
it's like they're playing hockey in the 50s. They're like, yeah, I just came from my job. I got tired.
I went to a Toronto FC game one time, and there was like dude who was really into the game, and he was like he was like studying the way the players were moving, and they made a good playthrough, I guess. And he's just sitting there. He's like, "Atta boy, you're doing a good job, boys." It's like, bro, these guys have work in the morning. Stop this. All right? They're not going to make it. They have not made it as soccer players. They're playing in for fucking Toronto FC. Okay? The highest paid player in Toronto FC makes maybe as much as a school teacher. Like $60K a year. There's no fucking way these guys are getting paid millions. Like, I'm not saying.
I think when Messi came,
Messi's getting paid
came
millions.
over. That's what I mean. He came over. David Beckham came over to the Galaxy at one point. I'm sure he was getting paid a fuck ton of money.
Because they're names.
Well, yeah.
Name me one Toronto FC player.
Yeah.
Name one Toronto FC player right now.
Oh, I don't give a shit. No, I don't
There
watch,
you
I don't watch
go.
fucking soccer. No.
We all know Messi. We all know David Beckham.
Yeah.
We all know Ronaldo. He went to go play in Saudi
Ronaldo,
Arabia.
Yeah. It was just a smart move by him.
Paid him billions of dollars to go play in Saudi Arabia, end his career in Saudi Arabia. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
All right. That was year 21.
Yeah.
Fun
year.
That was
Good year.
fun year. It was a very limbo
Yeah.
period, man. It was a limbo period that
Yeah.
I was in. Year 22. We're getting there.
We're getting
The
there.
grand finale is coming. We're good. We're good.
9 minutes? That's nothing compared to usual now.
We're good, man.
We're a 2-hour podcast now, dude.
These next ones are pretty straightforward. But year 22, I finished my first year of farming school. I started doing comedy again.
That's what I'm talking
The Backroom Comedy Club opened up
That's when I met you.
with my boys. You met me in 22.
Yeah.
I started barking again,
Yeah.
handing out flyers.
Let me tell a quick little quip about you when I first met you.
Please.
I come to Backroom Comedy Club. I'm barking. I'm fresh to the scene. Yeah, there's bugs in here.
That's okay.
Yeah, don't fucking insult me like
That's
that.
okay. I'm
let
not
it
insulted.
land on you, you piece of shit.
There's a
All
fly.
right. Yeah, let it land on you.
Right.
It's a part of the house. So like I come to Backroom Comedy. I'm barking. Robert comes up to me. First thing I've ever met him. He goes, "Listen, kid, let me tell you a thing or two about barking." Didn't know that this is a bit you do. So I'm just like, this guy's a fucking joke. I'm gonna fuck with him.
Yeah.
And immediately, like, kind of like start fucking with you back. And I was like, oh yeah, he's emotional because you start like you're like weren't expecting me to fuck with you a little bit too. So you're just like, no, you don't know a thing about barking, kid. That was how I met you. I was like, I like this guy because you were younger, way younger than me. There's so much more experience too. So it was just like a funny dynamic of like, I have to respect you in comedy, but that's kind of where it ends. Where I'm like, yeah, but you're still a fucking kid though too. So
that was the thing. Yeah.
I've always fucked my brain up with you. Where I was like, oh yeah, like you know so much more than me, but you also don't. I don't know how to fucking take you when you come up to me like that.
No, the first time we met, I thought your name was Tyler Coconuts.
That's so true too.
I started that nickname.
Yeah, you started coming around. You're like, yo, where's fucking coconuts?
Because the first time I saw you go on stage, I swear I heard someone bring you up as what I heard was, okay, guys, your next comic, Tyler Coconuts, everyone.
Dude, it's probably one of those ones because no one knows me. So they're just like,
was
Tyler,
and I was
just
like-
kind of fucked the last name up.
Like, that's a weird stage name, but all right, Tyler Coconuts.
That's a stage name.
And then we just ended up calling you Coconuts for a year. That
I wish it stuck. That is that's my name on TikTok. It's Dave Coconuts.
Really?
Yeah.
We could bring it back.
I like coconut. Dude.
I don't
It's
know
a funny ass nickname.
Where
dude.
you don't look like a coconut. You got nothing to do with coconuts. I don't think you've ever really seen one in person, have you?
No,
Yeah,
never
so
seen a coconut. Maybe at the grocery store.
I just
guess.
thought
Do we
your
have
name
coconuts at the
Tyler
grocery store?
Coconuts. So then I saw you outside barking, and I'm like, all right, Tyler Coconuts, I'm gonna show you how to bark.
Yeah,
Tyler.
dude, just right
Hey,
into
coconuts.
the Italian. Hey, coconut, let me show you.
Because I had barked at backroom forever.
Yeah.
So it was like, I had barked at backroom forever. So it was like,
Well, you've done it at the corner too, right? Like you'd been barking.
oh, sorry, I
Like,
meant I had barked at the corner forever, and I just like the barking didn't leave. Like the skill didn't leave me, even though I'd fucked off to a field for 2 years.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Some reflection, yeah.
For some reflection, I came back. That was the weirdest part too, coming back to comedy, because I came back to comedy because comedy was COVID happened, and all those times we had at the corner just basically were on pause, and then I got sucked into this vortex of limbo. And then I got sucked back out of it, where I just said, fuck it, I'm coming back to comedy. I'm going to do comedy. So it was basically like I never went through the growth of like the scene changing and the people changing. So I came back to comedy with that old mentality, with these new faces now that had no clue what the fuck was up. So I started just being a complete dick to everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's how I was brought up in comedy. But I didn't realize that these new comics now are like sensitive. Like I'm sensitive too, but these new comics were sensitive, right?
Yeah.
And
well,
so,
more I think the same sensitivity, more entitled though.
And I came back just like such a piece of shit, and I could understand why I was such a piece of shit, because I
miss it. Dude. I remember encouraging it so much. Like you'd get pissed at like on the club owners, and I'd be like, "Yeah, man, you should get more pissed."
Yeah, and I would do it. I'd get
know,
pissed. I'd be like, "Guys, what the fuck do you know about doing
comedy?" You'd
comedy?"
have great sets when you went up, dude. You had some fucking fire.
And then I would shit on the room.
Yeah,
I'd shit on the place. It was the good old days. It's a great time.
That was a good time.
But I came back with this old mentality in this new school of comedy with all these new season. It was like a new season of a show starting with all these new people, and I had no clue who any of these people were. And I go, fuck you! You don't know who I am. I'm a
That's
legend.
the thing too. They didn't know who you were.
They didn't know who I was.
You were the kid.
And
You were the kid wonder at one point.
Nor should they have. Because I had fucked off for a lot can happen in 2 years, man. You fuck off for 2 years, you come back, nobody knows who the fuck you are.
But no, if you're not famous yet, no, you don't matter.
Maybe the people who like saw you before, but even they don't even respect you because you left. Now they know you're still guard. And I was like way shittier than I was coming back than I was when I was doing it consistently, obviously, course, right? Yeah. And I hadn't gone through that growth where I had to like start writing new material, so I was bombing and coming up with new stuff all the time. But at the same time, I'm bombing, being terrible at comedy. I'm also just being a dick to everybody because that's how I was fucking brought up in comedy, you can say. Dude, one time Hershon Aurora, you know Hershon. Listen, we're good friends now, but at the time I didn't really like know him at the time, which makes the story even worse. But he went up on stage and bombed, and then he came back and I took a pen and crossed out a page in his notebook. And then like a year later I talked to him and he goes, "Yeah, I almost cried that day." And I was like, "Really?" I'm like, dude, "Man, sorry, bro."
No, man, that's awesome. This was a good one.
It was funny, right? Because it was a bad bomb, right? But I like crossed out a page in his notebook. And like
that should make you feel better as after a bomb, though. It's humanizing to be like, "Oh yeah, I don't give a shit."
That's fucking hardcore, though.
But dude, that's fun. That's what made you
so hardcore.
I don't like you feeling bad about that. I don't want this podcast.
I thought that I do feel a little bad about it, man. I felt like I'm like, man, like fuck. I'm like. We're gonna bring Hershon on the pod to talk about that one time.
I'm forever gonna be the devil on your shoulder with that stuff.
Please, please, I need you to be.
I need you to keep doing that shit, dude.
I need you to be the devil on my shoulder.
I've been going down the back room lately. I've been a fucking menace down there, dude.
Good. No, you need that though. You need your ball busters.
It makes you funnier though. Like you want to be in that funny state of mind. I don't want to be fucking tight and nice. I want to be fucking funny.
I definitely think Hershon went home and wrote after that. I definitely think he thought about some things, and he's a killer now. Yeah. Now he's killing. He's very funny now.
Yeah. Did he tell you that? Did you say, hey, that you also made me a killer that night?
No, he did not.
Did he
tell
give
me
you
that.
Fucking roses on that one?
No, he didn't tell me that. No,
well, shit move by him, dude.
And I did apologize to him. I did a year or two after.
No, yeah, sure. I mean, like, fuck that.
I was going through a lot of growth, and I went.
You made that man what he is today.
I went to Hershon. I'm like, hey man, remember when I crossed out your notebook? He goes, yeah. I'm like. No shit. Of course you remember it, right? And I'm like, hey man, I'm really sorry about that, dude. Like I was just going through some things, and I explained to him how I got brought up in comedy, and like I didn't even really know him at the point too. I'm like, hey man, like I shouldn't have done that. It was a shitty thing to do. It's growth.
And then you're like, yo, is that your notebook?
Yeah. This time I rip the page out. I don't even cross it out. I rip it out.
Get the fuck out of my face.
But. Yeah, and like we're cool now, like we're boys now. We see each other, we're all right, you know. But it was just like, wow, what a fucking just even looking back now, it's like, how the fuck did I think? How did I have the balls to fucking do that? I mean, I was having a good time, but it was like I was not at the funny killer stage yet to be doing shit like that. You can't cross out someone's notebook and then you go up and bomb. You can't do that.
That's what guys did to you your whole way up. Is they would make fun. Like JJ would yell at you, be like, "You fucking suck," and then go up and bomb, dude. Because it's not about bombing. It's just about your growth in comedy. You're going to bomb.
Yeah. You're not wrong, man. Listen, you are the devil's advocate.
I'm learning this from you,
and I appreciate.
This is stuff you've told me. Like, dude, I just bombed for like 3 weeks straight when I first came. Finally got a joke that I was like, I can build off this.
Sure.
Like, dude, like it's about bombing. Like, bombing is where you learn. I would have learned and went back and wrote more. I would have just had a joke to work. But sick, I'll work on this now. It's like, who gives a fuck about your 5 minutes?
100% is it's the time to learn. But my point was just like, damn, like that was so hardcore. I came back. It was like literally like it was basically.
It's not even as hardcore as you think. It's the way he took it.
Yes, but it was also like it was basically like I talk about the vortex. Put it more in terms like this. I basically got frozen in ice for 2 years, got thawed out, and then went back into the comedy world, not understanding that things have changed and these guys I came up with all moved on and they moved to the States, and the corner really wasn't the same thing that it was when we were starting. That was we had that little fun like period of like time where we were all fucking around, but now it's like a real business and now it's like mature and Joe runs a tight ship.
Yes, true. Yeah. He's got a little more
he runs a tight ship now and he's sober now and he's like things are fucking like on point, on track here. There's no more room for that shit anymore. And then I'd go to backroom trying to recreate that stuff there, and that's a whole different thing. You got these new insecure comics coming in. You're obviously insecure if you're a comic, but you come in and then I'm just like, hey, well, what the fuck was that? Cross out your notebook.
Yeah, but I think it's more of like it was the same dynamic. It was still insecure when you were there, right? When you was a kid. The only variable that's not there is the people fucking with the insecurity now. That's the thing that's disappeared. The insecurity has always been there. We just have no one like making fun of it though.
I see what you're saying.
So that's the only missing variable. And that's why it's not as fun anymore.
Yeah, it's
there's some fun fucking kids down the back room right now, dude. There's kid Bruno, fucking sick dude.
Bruno?
He's so much fun, dude. He immediately
I haven't been there in a minute.
Shook his hand. He was kind of like docile a little bit.
Sure.
And then I started making fun of him a bit and he opened up immediately. I was like, yeah, like this is what we're missing. This is what brings people together as comics.
You need those people in comedy. You need those ball busting, fuck you, smack shit out of your hand.
Kid comes in shorts all the time. They say, Bruno, you can't wear shorts. He's like, it's hot out. Then he fucking doesn't set shorts.
Okay, good. You know what? That actually warms my soul. That shit like that's still happening.
It's still there, dude. You just got to welcome it. You got to initiate it. Yeah. You're the older comic now.
Right.
I mean, you go to Yucks and stuff, so it's like you're kind of back into like the like younger comic thing again. But when you come around to these shittier clubs and stuff, dude, you gotta be the fucking dude. Swing that dick around, dude. Start fucking with people.
I don't know, man. I'm always now in the impression, like I'm
funny,
trying
you're
to
funny enough for that.
Thank you, man. But I'm trying to be like more of like a role model now. I'm trying to be more of like I want people to be like, instead of that guy's a dick, they're like, that guy's so cool. That guy's not only is he
have
cool,
some charm when you make fun of someone. Sure.
Yeah.
Cross a page and then say you're still gonna do good, kid.
But yeah, year 22 was kind of like basically I got thawed out. I got frozen in ice for 2 years. Farming school. It was almost like I was in a coma.
You're like Austin Powers coming out being like Shagadelic, baby.
Yeah. I like came out of a coma pretty much.
Yeah.
And was just kind of just got thrown back into it, but it's all different now, and I'm basically starting from scratch because I quit. I have to start barking again. I need new material because the shit I said when I was 19 ain't funny now that I'm 22 and lived a little more. But we slowly started clawing back. I was consistent about it. I started show running. I was the first backroom showrunner.
Yes.
I created the showroom spot, the show running spot.
Another place that you showed me the ropes.
When you show run, I was like, Coconuts, come here. This is how you do the music. Ready? You turn a dial. Yeah. You turn a knob.
There was a real art to it, the way you did it. Like, make sure you blend it.
Yeah.
Make sure
it's a slow. Yeah. It's a slow. I remember that. It's a slow turn and
don't just fucking quick.
I don't know. I know. And now it's a fucking disgrace what's going on over there. Guys don't turn the dial properly. Guys fucking ripping it. They peak the audio, then they cut it so quickly. You need to have a good blend to it, man. Yeah. You gotta have a good outro. My outro song when the show was done was always Biggie Smalls was fucking the one song. Why am I blanking on it now? The song, the famous Biggie Juicy.
Hypnotize?
Juicy.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of famous songs,
Yeah. And I started the first show running spot, but I was willing, I'd put in my hours and I was still willing to do the work. Right, I was still in farming school, but I had made the decision like, okay, I'm still gonna finish farming school, but I'm doing comedy again because it was
a cool
back
move
more.
That you did too.
Yeah,
you finished what you started too. That's a good thing. You want to start the habit again.
I vowed to finish farming school. Comedy is back. I'm gonna do comedy again, but I'm gonna finish farming school because I said I would. I had a year left. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking finish it. I don't care. I'm going to finish farming school while I do comedy again. Fuck it. Right? So in the mornings, I'd go out to school. I'd drive out to Oshawa, work in a field. And it was fun because now I actually had the motivation to be like, okay, cool. I have comedy now. I was rejuvenated. I was alive again. You know,
Yes.
I didn't mind working in the field again because I knew, hey, you know what? I lived the average Joe Schmo life for a year or two. I was cool. I experienced it. I went through a rediscovery. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm a fucking comic. That's what I said to my. I'm like, you know what, man?
Filthy fucking
I
comic.
tried it all. I tried the field. I tried the weed. I tried the fucking graphic. I tried the gambling. I tried it all. And you know what? I'm a fuck. At the end of the day, this is where my mind always keeps going to is I got to see it through. I was 22 at the time. I'm like, I got to fuck. Now's the time. All right?
Do you think that's a normal this might be a stupid question too.
There's no such thing. No such thing as stupid questions.
Too much, don't worry about it.
No such
Do you
thing.
think that's a normal pivot though to be like I'm going to be a graphic designer and editor when you're in comedy because it's so closely connected, but you see like it's quicker money when you're an editor or a graphic designer. So like it's like because I started doing more editing and I was just like, oh yeah, you can make money quicker at this or whatever. But
you got to make money. You got to eat. You got to live.
But also too, it does take. You think it's going to be this nice thing that goes hand in hand.
Right.
It really does take away from it. That it's a whole other side of it.
If you want to listen, this is what I tell you. If you want to be a comic, be a fucking comic.
Yeah.
Don't fucking be a fucking manager. Don't be a producer. Don't be fucking the guy who does this for the guys who give him comedy spots. Don't just be a fucking comic, bro. Just get booked based on fucking. If you want to pay your dues, that's one thing. You want to work the door. You want to hand out flyers. You want to play the music. Cool. You do those things. You got to do those things. You got to pay your dues. You got to earn the respect of your fellow peers.
Yeah.
Totally, right? But if you're going to do comedy, just do fucking comedy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No cheat codes. No fucking horse shit. Just if this is what you're deciding to do, cool. Then that's your priority. Then fucking do it. That's what it is. Either jump in or don't. You know? I don't have a problem with hobbyists. I don't have a problem with people who like, this is just something I do for fun. That's all good. What I do have a problem with is people who say they're comics and then they only go out once a month and do comedy. And it's like, nah, you're wasting everyone's fucking time here because you're not a hobbyist and you're not a real comic even though you're saying you are. If you want to do this as a hobby, do it as a fucking hobby. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. At least you know I want somebody to just be certain on where they stand on 2 feet in this thing.
You just want transparency.
I just want somebody to be certain about what they're doing. I don't like this indecisiveness of like, I'm doing it, but I'm not, but I am. It's okay to figure stuff out. It's okay, but make a decision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to make a decision, all right? Yeah. And that decision will determine what happens. So my decision was, yeah, I'm going to fucking do comedy again. I'm 22. I got to fucking see this thing out. I got to see where this goes. I can't be fucking 29 working on the field wondering. I'd kill myself in the field. They'd find my body, the crows picking at it.
Yeah.
They'd put me up on a scarecrow. I'd be fucking sitting there like, what happened?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, all right, we're doing it. You know, and I came back, clawed my way back in. All these new fucking comics, they don't know who was I am. I had to take the shit from them. They just didn't understand the stuff I went through, the bruises and the scars I had in my upbringing in comedy. And these fucking fucks just all wandered in being like, oh, this is so fun. Oh, we're doing fucking comedy because I like laughing and ha-ha-ha's and funnies. It's like, shut the fuck up. Pick up your fucking notebook. Pick up your those peanuts I just smacked out of your hand. You suck. Ha-ha-ha.
Fuck yeah.
Right?
Fuck yeah, dude.
That was pretty much year 22.
Yeah.
There was still smoking weed, but that was it, man.
You're back, though.
I was back,
Bobby's back.
Bobby's back. We're back into comedy. Any questions? Did I miss anything?
No, that's it. That was great. That's great. Inspiring.
Let's leave it there.
Uplifting.
Leave it there. Year 23. Year 23. Finally finished farming school. I finished it. I said I would, and I did it. I fucking finished. I graduated. I got my fucking diploma. I have it. It's hanging up in my room right now. I look at it and you know what? Have I done anything with it besides start a garden? No. I've started a good garden. I'm happy I can start a great garden. But I look at it as I look at that piece of paper just as a time of like, yeah, you know what? I did something. I started something and I finished something and there it is. And that's what I tell people. Hey man, if you're gonna go to college or whatever, just finish it. You don't ever have to use it, but it's just that piece of paper just goes, I finished this. I did this. You know, I did it. I went through, I got up in the mornings, I went there, I did the fucking homework, I did the assignments, I got the fucking piece of paper. That's what I look at it. When I go, you know what, I can do stuff. If I set my mind something, that's what a college diploma teaches you. That's what college taught me was how to regulate my fucking time, to schedule shit out, because I know if you don't do something now, you will end up doing it later, and it will be a lot harder. And also, hey, I could fucking do this. All right, I could do something. I set my mind to. So, year 23, I was doing backroom again. I do spots at the corner again. But I think year 23 was the year where I started actually taking my career seriously, where I actually set some real goals for myself. Where I go, my first goal was I want to get fucking signed to Yuck Yucks. I want to be a fucking.
Did
That's
that
the next
one
thing,
quick.
huh?
Did that one quick.
It didn't seem like it was quick, man. It was year 23. I was like, I want to get signed to Yucks, all right? I want to get Yucks, right? It seemed so impossible, bro. You talk to my therapist. She was like, I tell her about it. She goes, what happens to the time where you thought you weren't even good enough for Yucks? I was like, I know. She's like you think you don't make it now. You've made it. You 12, 22-year-old Robert, he's going to be with Yucks in 3 years. I'm like, yeah, good call. Honestly, I showcased for the first time for Yucks. Mark Breslin liked it. He didn't. Here's the thing about Mark Breslin, the legend who fucking brought stand-up comedy to Canada. Yucks, let's put it like this, is a fucking institution. Is a Canadian institution. It's been in Canada for 40 years. Yucks has been in Canada for 40, since there was no comedy in Canada before Breslin started it. Let's just say that, all right? He's allowed to be who he is because he brought the industry of comedy to Canada, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I showcased for the first time. Now, I had heard there's some horror stories for sure where people have showcased. I've heard stories. I know actually a comic where he showcased for him and Mark took him to the back and goes, hey, man, listen, you're never going to be a comic. You suck. Just stop. You're not going to be a comic. He's literally told people straight to their face, hey, you're not going to be a comedian. Just quit. That was what I was trying to, and I know the comic he told that to, a few of them, and I'm like, he was right. Finally, somebody said it. Thank God. Thank you for being honest. I showcased for the first time. He took me upstairs, and he made me suck his cock. No, he took me. he took me upstairs, and he goes, this is a speech he gave me. This is a Jewish speech. He goes, Rabbit, he probably gave this speech to 100 other comedians in his lifetime, but he's like, Rabbit, you're very funny. You got some applause breaks. It's very good, but you're chipping away at it. Yeah, it's like a rock sculpture. You're chipping away. You're crafting it. You're molding it into something nice, but it's just still not there yet. But hey, you know what? Keep at it. We'll see you soon. I'm like, hey, you know what? Compared to the other shit I've heard,
compared to quit. That's great.
Keep
going.
Compared to you stink. He was just like, hey, you boil that down to, hey, just keep going.
Yeah.
I see something, but not right now.
You're a young kid at that point, a young buck.
Yeah, young 23-year-old. But I will say that did kind of break me just a touch because I had to go back to back room after that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and here's the thing. I'm like, I was just, for that, all the year 23, I was just stewing, bro. I was just like, fucking. I was like, I don't need this shit. I don't need fucking Yucks. I don't need any of these fucking people. Fuck all these people. I get the most work done out of spite. All right. Now that some hindsight, some time has gone by, I realized Breslin, he was right. That was the perfect thing he could have said to me. He was right. Nobody ever thinks he is right, but he was. Right? He was right. I wasn't quite there yet. It was still a lot of work to be done. Wasn't quite there yet. But that was the first year also where I just started making content and I started trying to make stuff and post stuff on my own.
Yeah.
Where I didn't even think I would get signed, where I'm like, fuck it. Who cares?
You started crushing then too, dude. You started having some great bits at that point. I remember, I don't remember exactly when you quit, but when you got denied, but there was 23, 24. Dude, you used to fucking rock rooms at that point, dude. You were really starting to crush at that point.
It was out of pure spite.
Oh, it was fire, dude.
And it was out of, dude.
Like a fire in you, not fire, it was a fire in you.
It was a time where I'm I was just angry, but I was also like, fuck this. And I started doing, making content, started taking year 22, I decided to do comedy again. Year 23 is when I actually decided to start taking it really seriously and started I made a decision. You got to make a decision in your fucking life, whatever it is, just make the fucking call, make the decision. I started making a decision I'm doing this. I'm going to be a fucking comedian. Done. I'll do whatever I got to do to be a fucking comic. Started making content, started posting stuff. It was awful, but I still started doing it. Still started making shit. Started posting stuff. And yeah, the sets that was a wild time. I know
you were trying wild shit, dude.
I was just trying. There was no holds barred. All right, yeah, Mark Breslin, I wasn't good enough. You want me to keep chipping away at it? I'll fucking keep chipping away at it.
Yeah.
I'll keep fucking coming back at it. All right.
Yeah. You just had a picture of Mark Breslin Rocky with Ivan Drago in your mirror, just every day, fuck you, Breslin.
I'm coming back. I'm gonna fucking do it. You fucking don't even. I'm fucking coming at it. I had that. Yeah, I had that eye of the tiger, tiger vein blood. That's Charlie Sheen would call it. It was tiger blood in me, right? Oh man,
cocaine,
dude. Yeah. And then at the time too, I started talking with Mike Reed at the time, and he was giving me a little bit of mentorship.
That's sick.
I love Mike Reed. Mike Reed is the best.
That's awesome.
I did his pod one time 2 years ago that he had, the Snacks of Life with Snackman.
Yeah, I know. Watched the whole episode.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was a fan of both of you. I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching.
There was
Jared was on that one too, wasn't he?
He was on the later one.
The later one.
I did one by myself.
The later one then, yeah.
No, I did one by myself, and then I did one with Jared after.
Yeah, I watched that one.
Okay, but the one where I did by myself, Mike was like, he gave me some advice that still stuck with me. His advice was like, bro, I walk into a fucking room, I go, I'm the best fucking comedian here. I'm here to do comedy. I'm here to fucking kill. I'm here to fucking leave and make sure everybody fucking remembers who I am. And like, I'm here to bury people. I'm here to bury you fucks. I'm here to bring my fucking A game, and I'm here to fucking show you guys what's up. I'm here to be the guy. And I'm like, damn. And I'm like, the pod, I think it's still online. You can still watch it. I remember, I look back at it and you see me, and I'm just sitting there with my eyes open, like, whoa, yeah. That's what you do. He goes, I'm not ashamed to say I'm the fucking best. I'm the killer. I'm the guy to go up here and fucking show these guys what's up. And the thing is, Mike is an older guy, so he's kind of been able to channel that energy in a healthy way.
Yeah.
I did not channel that energy in a healthy way. I took that way too personally, and I said, fuck all of you. You guys go fuck yourselves. Backroom started bringing in these American headliners at the time, and I just was like, I'm going to show you fucks. There was this one guy they had one time. His name was... This was 23 too. His name was James Camacho, right? He was this comic from New York or something. He had like 60K or whatever. He didn't sell any tickets. He sold maybe like 4 or 5 for the weekend, whatever. But like they were still letting him headline or whatever. And I went in with this mentality. This is when I started talking about eating my own cum and shit like that. Like
yeah.
I was really
that's what I mean. Like you were getting deep with it.
There was like James. He wasn't even a bad guy. He barely said a word to me. But I just saw him like, this guy's the headliner. This guy's here to fucking headline. All right, I'll make you work tonight, buddy. You know, and they put me on I told Brandon, I'm like, put me on before him, and he did, and I fucking buried him. I buried him twice. I buried him Friday night and Saturday night. Okay.
Oh, dude, I remember this conversation after you, like, cause you said it exactly like that. You're
Bro.
like, I fucking buried him tonight. I buried him last night too.
Bro, I fucking buried him tonight. I buried him fucking last night, and I go. Bro, the one show, maybe you were there. It was either Friday night. I think it was Friday night. I fucking buried him, okay? I go right before him. I do only 10. Crowd is going fucking nuts, clapping, losing their shit. I get off stage, right? Like there's just an explosion behind me, right? And I look at James. I go, have fun, bro. Right? And I'm like, man, that was cold, bro.
But dog, that's the way you got to be when you're young, and cocky. Because then you'll balance out. But
the way I said that to him, bro, was just have fun, bro. And I bury him Friday night, bury him Saturday. Friday night, I'm so hyped. I buried him. I drive home. I run a stop sign. I get pulled over. I'm blasting the music so loud, bro. I'm like, yeah, I fucking got it. And this is the new material that I'm doing that I started killing, right? That was just rocking rooms at the time, right? And I'm driving home, and I'm like so hyped. I don't even need to stop at the fucking stop sign, bro.
For pussies, that's for James,
bro. I fly through one stop sign. Everything's fine. Then I fly through the second one. And I guess a cop was there at that light. It was like 1 a.m. Boom, boop, 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 like pulls me over, and then I just everything flushes out of me. I start being a complete pussy again, right? Gives me a ticket. I'm all cool about it, whatever. And I'm like, that's the perfect way to end the night. Just get pulled over. Like, what happened, man? I'm like, officer, I buried James Camacho. Do you not even know what happened here, officer? I buried fucking James Camacho, officer. Fuck, what's it called? Like the Saturday night, I bury him, right? And then we kind of sit down beside him. We just somehow end up talking. And he goes, hey, man, you're really funny. Oh, thanks, man. He goes, yeah, I've had some trouble following you the last couple of days, but like
this one,
but
too,
like you're really good. And then I just started feeling bad. I was like, oh, I was just making this guy be such a piece of shit in my head. And I've never said a word to him. In my head, I'm like, this guy's a fucking ass. I'm going to bury this fuck. And I did. And he's like, hey, man, you buried me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then I'm like,
oh, fuck, I didn't even notice.
Oh, he's not that bad of a guy. Okay. All right. Yeah, no worries. Man, the best part, like, when I got pulled over, I got the ticket. Obviously, my mom, we're Jewish. We got lawyers. We got a paralegal to deal with the ticket. He calls me like, I don't even know who this guy is. He calls me like 8 months later or something. And he's like, Robert, it's Harvey. And I'm like, Harvey who? And he starts, Harvey who? Harvey who's fighting your stop sign ticket. I go, oh, hey, man, how's it going? He's like, yeah, man. So I looked over the footage. Looked over the cop had his dash cam on, and yeah, there's no case here, man. You just flew through the light. You decided there was a moment I see where you thought about stopping for 3 seconds. You go up, 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 and you just start flying. I'm like, yeah, that was me thinking saying fuck James Camacho at that exact moment as me flying through the stop sign, and then he started like playing the dash cam footage of me like talking to the cop, and you can hear my voice. I'm like, yo, turn that off, please. It was over the phone. I'm like, please turn that off. I don't want to hear myself being a pussy to a cop. Please, just turn that off. I don't need that right now. And he's like, okay, so whatever. Well, you have to pay a little fine, but there won't be any points. It's all right. I'm like, okay, no worries. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. He's like, yeah. But that's what I mean, bro. I channeled that. Whatever Mike Rita told me at the time, I channeled it into this very, like, unhealthy, but it got me moving forward. Let's say that. It was unhealthy.
You got to be a little crazy.
You got to be a little cocky. You were right. You got to be a little cocky. You got to move forward just a touch. Right?
Yeah.
You got to keep moving, right? And I think that was the energy going into... That was pretty much 23, was just channeling that energy, just coming up.
I just remember many moments of you coming into the comedy club and seeing that you weren't on the list sometimes, which was very rare, but like sometimes you wouldn't be on the list and be like, the fuck's this guy doing up here? Like peers, like guys you're going to see like later on that night at different shows. And like you're like, this guy fucking stinks. Yeah. What am I not doing?
I remember you encouraging it. You would look at the line, you weren't on, and you'd look at the lineup and see I was on, you turn around and be like, that's disrespectful. You would say that to me, and I'd be like,
I found it funny.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you like
it's not like it was damning to your career. It's like it's like a little comedy club. So it's just like, yeah, it is disrespectful. Why are you not on the list every night? You saying that's disrespectful, you knew what you were doing. That would rile me up. You'd be like, you know what? That is fucking disrespectful. Well, like it was a little bit because I was like, I like you being confident like this. Also, it was a lot for me. Like, this is hilarious. He's gonna blow up on these guys, and they're gonna blow up back at him.
And I did.
And I'm gonna get 7 minutes out of this because they're not even gonna be paying attention. So
why am I not on the show? What, this guy's better? That guy's better? Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, what? You gotta have a sponsor to fucking work here?
That was a classic line that I would throw.
If you bartend or show run or run the door or bark, guaranteed spot. If you don't, we'll fucking see, buddy.
What's my only credit? A smart serve? That's all I need to get on,
that'd
the
be
show.
Funny. It's gonna fucking serve a beer.
So good. Good ties.
That was a good joke that you had.
That was pretty much all of year 23. Was just I finally finished school. I said, "Fuck it, I'm taking this seriously. I'm doing this."
You had a lot of time missed, right? You had a lot of time to make up for.
I did. But you know what? I will say it happened exactly the way that it happened. That's something I will say to anybody listening. If anyone is listening to this, I will say this. Listen. You are exactly where you need to be. Okay. Do not let anybody make you feel, or don't you feel that you're ahead or you're behind or you're not in this present moment in time. We are all on different paths. Everybody's on a different path, whether it's in comedy, whether it's in fucking accounting, whether it's in cocksucking, anything, music, whatever you do, you got to understand. All right. Where you are right now is where you're meant to be.
If you are smoking crack right now and you are high as shit, that is where you're meant to be.
You're meant to be smoking crack under this bridge.
To be smoking crack. You're a fucking loser, and you should keep doing it. That's exactly where you should be.
Yes.
Thank you.
Eventually, something will happen where you'll either realize I want to stop smoking crack, or you're gonna die. And that's just how it was made to be.
Exactly. That was God's plan.
That's what doing the mushrooms is. You realize, not only do you realize everything's connected, you realize that I'm not like a God guy. Like, I don't really believe in a God per se, and like some guy up there like controlling everything. But I do believe that the stars align, the universe has a certain way.
You believe in like horoscopes and stuff?
No, I don't believe really in horoscopes.
You're a horoscope guy.
No, I don't believe in horoscopes.
You're a horoscope guy.
No, I'm a Taurus, but I don't believe in horoscopes. What are you? What's your horoscope?
I don't know.
No, we're not compatible.
Not a horoscope guy.
I'm not a horoscope guy either.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. I'm a Taurus.
Yeah, no.
Which is my horoscope. You don't know your horoscope?
No, I know.
You never had a girl ask, what is it?
It's a Capricorn.
It's a Capricorn? Yeah. Are we compatible? Is that what we're doing now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. You're the horoscope guy. You should know.
My point is the stars will align. They are already aligned, if you really think about it. The universe has a way of guiding you where you need to go, if you're open to it. If you're closed off to it, nothing's going to happen. But if you're open to say, hey, tell me where I need to go, you start doing what you got to do, living in the present day, things will work out. Things are okay. Things will happen for you. If you're you are exactly where you need to be right now at this moment. Just take that in.
This information is specific for North Americans, but yes, if you are in North America, you can manifest your future.
Totally.
Absolutely.
If you are in,
say, Africa and starving, it's going to be tougher.
That's where you need to be.
A different road.
Sorry, man.
That's where you have to be there so we can be here.
Sorry.
That's the way.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Right.
Sorry. It's where you need to be.
I'm not God. You're not God. I don't think.
I didn't put you there.
Yeah.
I didn't put you there.
Didn't put him there.
I got lucky.
Might keep him there.
You know?
I'm not putting him there.
If you're meant to be a child soldier digging for diamonds, it's where you're meant to be. Hey, you be the best fucking child soldier you possibly can. You dig those fucking diamonds. You show your warlord, overlord, what a great fucking child soldier diamond digger you are.
Honestly, what are you doing complaining? At least you know your purpose. I'm still figuring mine out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were born with a purpose.
Yeah, fucking Jordan Peterson going to talk to you.
5 years old, you got an AK-47. That's your purpose.
That's a sick purpose, too.
Enjoy
I've never
it.
had a AK-47 in my life.
Have you ever shot a gun? No.
Never.
No.
Never in my life.
No.
No.
There you go. You're exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
That was year 23, man.
Yeah.
That was year 23.
It's a good year.
Good year. It was a year where
My
I
favorite year so far.
started channeling
23
that.
was my favorite year. For
23 was a big growth. Jordan year. My
Yeah.
Michael Jordan year.
Your Michael Jordan year.
That was my I thought about that too. When I turned 23 in year 23, I was like, Michael Jordan year, 23, baby.
Absolutely.
I'm fucking killing it. I'm
Yeah.
doing hard. Oh, yeah. I started the midnight show at Backroom too. I had my own show and stuff too. The midnight
I
show.
ran a few of those.
Somebody brought it up to me the other day. Like, that was my favorite show because I could just watch you do 40 minutes. So just like, and just
You would do
just
so much time.
would take over unders on how long till somebody rushed you
Yeah.
on stage. I got rushed a few times. There was a scary black guy one time who like was like just circling me in
Oh
front
yeah,
of
that's when
me.
you said the N word the one time.
No, I didn't. yeah, no. I said the N word and he was like, "What?" And I'm like, "No," but he called me a goofy ass white boy. And
Nice.
I'm like, because I was talking about eating my own cum and shit. I guess he wasn't about it, so I was
Well,
like,
he's black. Yeah,
yeah, so I
it's
kicked
not,
him
that's
out.
not black humor.
no, it's not. So I was
No.
like, get out, like,
Get out.
get the fuck out of
That's
here, bro.
sick. That you were drunk on power at
Like,
that
get
point.
the fuck
dude.
out. Get out of my fucking show. Get out of my fucking show.
Yeah. I sold 10 tickets. I'm doing 9 now.
I'm
Get
doing
the fuck
this.
Out of here.
Get out of here. And he just started circling, and everybody was just wondering, is he going to do it? Is he going to rush the stage? I was ready. I had the mic stand in my hand, ready to block him.
Get out.
You're ready to get out. Because the microphone is the best weapon for self-defense because you could just bop it on your head.
You could fucking jab him, dude.
Jab him. Nah, I'm more of a bopper guy. I'm more of like a
You
bop.
think you have that kind of strength to whip a mic stand?
Bro, you
around?
know how... No, not the stand. The actual mic.
Oh, the actual mic.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
take-
you had the stand ready. Like a
I had the
fucking
stand ready.
javelin
The
or
stand's
something.
more of like a barrier, and then the mic itself is like a perfect blunt weapon.
Bro,
You can
I'm
just...
gonna tell you right now. Next time that happens, you get the mic stand and you get ready to fucking plunge him with it, dude.
You stab him like
Just
a
no, but
like a
it's not
Spartan.
a blunt, heavy metal end. So
Oh
just
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
hit him
yeah,
in the
yeah,
face.
yeah,
dude.
yeah. You could do that, but it's too much.
I think we had a lot of
motion.
ways to kill.
You need a lot of.
Yeah.
That's a double-handed attack. You need a single-handed attack, like in the video games.
You're not gonna drop the mic when you kill this guy.
No.
No, you're gonna be like, keep
Nah.
the show goes
Bro,
on.
Bro, all you need is one bop. It stuns the guy. That's it. And then someone's gonna come break it up. Once they hear that bop, once the mic is dented.
If my adrenaline's pumping and you bop me with the microphone, I'm not gonna feel it.
True.
Yeah, I'm going through
True.
that. If you get me with the mic stand, doesn't matter if I feel it. You've disabled me.
Yeah, right in the chest.
Yeah, like let's try and disable.
It's not a bad point.
Yeah,
Not a bad point at all.
I think about it a lot. Yeah.
I've gotten rushed a few times, but that was my hustle year. That was my year figuring it out. It was my year where I was fucking just
coming out of North Carolina,
being
ready
a
to take over the NBA. dude.
just
That was
being
you.
a fucking just ready to Michael Jordan
Yeah.
draft overall. What was it? He wasn't even drafted. Like he was drafted later. Like he wasn't even a first round.
I don't know
was he?
exactly when he was drafted.
Okay.
He was pretty highly touted coming out though.
Sure. Year 24.
There we go.
Showcase for Yuck Yucks again. After all of that, after all the pain and the suffering and the farming school and the fucking burying James Camacho
And the ass surgeries.
and the ass surgeries and the not getting on stage and the fucking the porn and the jacking off and what else? The fucking the rejections. The girlfriend, my girl. I was still dating my girl at the time. We completely flew over that, but that's okay. She was just there in the background.
No, I think that's good. That's growth. You're
Right.
You're over her
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
It's nice to hear actually.
Yeah, I got fucking finally. I showcased my second time, 24. After everything, after the last 3 fucking hours of episodes we've done here, the part 1, the part 2 of everything you heard, Year 0, Fast and the Furious movies coming out,
Yes, this is our revenge.
shitting
of
on the
Sith.
floor, fucking crying in grade 1. After all of it, showcase for Yucks. Mark Breslin goes, I showcased with 12 other people. I was the only one he took to the side and goes, kid, I'm putting you on Wednesday nights. You did it.
Let's fucking go.
Is there an applause break on that fucking soundboard?
Bobby's Hotel Movie.
There it is.
Bobby's Oldie.
There is not.
Thank you, Tyler.
There is not an applause break.
That was
we only have
fucking
4
incredible.
Options. We only have 4 options. So I just give you everything if you need an applause break.
That's okay. You get all the sounds.
You get all the sound. That's an applause break.
You get all the sounds.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm putting you on Wednesday nights, which is the next step up which is that intermediate spot between they're gonna sign you and you don't really you don't really have to do the amateur nights anymore. You can you're in that middle ground. You get a guaranteed Wednesday spot.
There we go.
And I use that Wednesday spot to grow even more, to build even more material. I would do new stuff there. I would experiment there too. I would fuck around. I was happy. That Wednesday spot, year 24 was hard, bro. You know, it was hard. I got that, but then, you know, me and my girl, we called it quits. We broke up, you know, because I didn't want to go be a fucking Jewish rabbi on a farm in fucking Israel somewhere.
Yeah,
so
you
I
thought
was
about
like,
it too.
Huh?
Right? You thought about it too.
Yeah.
For years, yeah.
Yeah, I was ready. I'm doing comedy, you know. She wasn't about it, you know, because she was a religious girl.
Oh, this is good. This is like it's like Quentin Tarantino. Now we're going
it's
back to the middle a little bit.
It all
it's
makes
like,
sense.
Oh, that's why you were doing it, is because she was pushing you.
It all makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't pushing me to be a farmer, but I
she
started
wanted
there
you to be like a man with a job, though.
But now that she saw the farming option, that was an option for her, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Stable income. Safe.
I was it. I made the choice of like, nah, comedy comes first. Get out. Like at the black guy, I was like, you're out of here.
Was that exactly how it went? Did she tell you to go too, or was it mutual? What?
Sorry, I'm just whatever. Just paranoid. It's getting really good.
Don't even worry.
So
about
now
it,
I'm paranoid.
Don't even worry.
I'm
about
not
it.
worried about it.
I've been checking.
Okay, good. So yeah, I got Wednesdays, and then everything just sort of fell apart from there. The only thing I had was the Wednesday spot at Yuck Yucks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark Breslin. Fucking holy shit, bro.
Hold you together, kept you alive.
But I'm telling you, man, that energy I had in 23, I went in with 24 where I go, I'm getting it. I'm doing this. Right? So much of these fucking comics, bro, I'm not going to name anyone's name specifically, but there's this weird attitude where it's almost like uncool to want something out of this. It's almost like uncool to walk around and be like, no, I want this. It's like these guys just show up and they go, oh, whatever happens, happens. Fuck that.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Whatever happens, happens. Why are you here? Set some fucking goals for yourself and do it. There's like this weird energy, this loser energy to be like, I don't want it. No, you know what? Isn't this? You'll hear this one all. It doesn't mean anything to anything. Any like showcase, any festival, and they'll be like, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Well, then why are you here?
Yeah.
It doesn't. That was the attitude I went in. Obviously, I got out of 12 other people I showcased with, I got something because there was that energy of like, it doesn't mean anything. If I get it, I get it. It's like this weird passiveness, like where it's like they almost feel like it's uncool to want something. It's not true. It's not true. It's totally cool to want something. If you want it, take it. Get it. Like I said, I came into Yucks being like, I'm getting this. I want this. It's my second time. I need this. I want to be a fucking comic. I'm getting signed with Yucks. Fuck, this is what I'm doing right now. And there wasn't a lot of competition compared to that energy that the other comics were coming in with.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying, I want this. Blank. Fill in the blank. Nothing wrong with that at all. So I came in saying, I'm getting Wednesdays, or I'm getting signed, or one or the other. And you know what happened? I manifested it. I got it. I got fucking Wednesdays. And I was proud of it. I was happy about it. You know? I was like, yes. You know? That was fun. It was fun. It was a good energy. It was that energy that I think I needed. That energy. That fuck you. I'm getting this energy. That's how you get shit done, bro. Once you convince yourself I'm the best, I'm the greatest. Even if you're not, if you're delusional enough to think that, you'll get the stuff that the best and the greatest get.
Yeah.
You'll attract that
You're
energy.
worthy. You deserve it.
What
I didn't deserve it, but you can get it. It's attainable.
The energy you put out there is the energy you get back. If you put the energy out there, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Oh, we'll get whatever we get, and whatever happens, happens.
It's not cool to try.
Yeah, that's not
It's
true.
not about being cool though. No, I'm saying like the
Sure.
way it's perceived is not cool.
Exactly.
But
no,
like,
okay. Well, have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Be fucking 40 and
not
still
really about
thinking
being
like
cool,
that.
though.
It's not about being cool,
Yeah.
man. That's what separates the outliers. That's what separates the people who get shit and don't. Is that fucking mentality of like, this is mine. I'm taking it. You don't want it? Well, I'm taking it. All right. No worries. See you later. See you next year, kid. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Got Wednesdays. That was so much fun. That Wednesday spot like kept me going through it all. You know, that Wednesdays. I did Wednesdays for like maybe like a month, maybe 2 months. Breslin was there at one of the shows. I do my set. He pulls me aside. He goes, you know what, man? We'll bring you on the roster in like September, in the fall.
Let's go.
Early fall. He just takes me aside. He goes, we'll just bring you on. Hey, we'll just sign you. You're fine. You're good enough. We'll put you on. I'm like, yeah. All right. That's it. But that waiting period he told me in like, I got put on Wednesdays in March. He told me in like end of March that he was going to put me on in the fall. So that period between April May, June, July, August was just like my girlfriend broke up with me. My mom got sick. Fucking like everything just sort of like it fell up. The dominoes fell apart up until that point, right?
Yeah.
Dude, when me and my girl broke up, bro, I went through that. You were there. You saw that. I went through my single dude party phase. Bro,
it wasn't even that good of a party phase.
It wasn't that great because it was like towards the end of summer.
I was really hoping you'd really lose control a little.
We broke up like in end of July-ish last year, and I went through that phase of like just going out late and drinking and like partying.
But
and
not
stuff.
much, dude, because I was in the heat of partying then. So like I would like be like every night, I'd be like, "Yo, where are you at?" And you'd be like, "I went out last night." It's like, yeah, that's not the point, dude. You're supposed to go to.
I was
tonight.
still an old man.
I know,
but it was like this thing where it was like I had to, because from year we did it from year 19 to now we're at year 24. I was with my girl. Those were the pivotal years of singleness, of single guyness, of figuring yourself out as a single dude, how to talk to women, how to be attractive, you know. That sort of thing.
Shirt now, but look how far you
We're killing it, bro. Got the
mustache.
mustache. I didn't have the mustache at the time.
You didn't know it was sexy.
No, right. Now it's like, you know, it's just fucking whatever. It's going out, hanging out late, staying out late. But then September rolled around. Middle of September, I got the fucking contract. I got the Yucks contract. I signed it. Started middle Burlington the next week. And it was just, and from there, it was just up. It was just up and away.
Yeah.
You know, it was, and, you know, then we're here. Then started it. That was year 24, man. Year 24 was just finally, I got the Wednesdays, but going through, it was like weird. It's like one thing goes good and then 5 other things go bad. And then, but you have that one thing that one beacon of light that just keeps you going. And then he told me, obviously, he'd signed me. So I had that. I'm just like, let's just wait it out here. We got to wait out to September. I know it's going to happen. That was that waiting period is the most brutal part. Cause you're like, man, something's going to happen. Fucking Yucks is going to.
When a bunch of bad shit's happening, you're like, well, now I'm not going to get Yucks.
Yeah. Something I was holding. I was like, oh my God, something's going to happen. President's going to die. The club's going to fucking. I literally thought
that's a real possibility.
I literally thought that was gonna happen. I thought the club was gonna burn down. Something was gonna happen. You know, they were gonna be like, you know what, psych. I just thought Brez was gonna be like, haha, psych. You're not. Fuck you. You're on Wednesdays for the rest of your life, bitch.
Brez's greatest joke was not giving you Yucks.
Yeah. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Considering he's not real. But no, I got it, man. They signed me. They brought me on. And that was it, and that was that. I was able to grieve my broken relationship with the fact that, hey, I had my career going for me. You know what? I made a sacrifice, and it was worth it because my career was up. My career was going up. You know, everything was all right. It was happening for me. Okay, I had this thing going. There was progress, is my point. You know, you see the progress here from your fucking being in that fucking field to now. Thank God, 4 years later. I'm 3 years later. I'm doing it. I'm doing Burlington. Tell fucking 17-year-old Robert in that little corner in the corner comedy club, hey kid, 6 years from now, don't worry, it's all gonna be all right. You're gonna be fucking million Yucks. You wouldn't have even believed you. You're gonna have girls wanting to come up to you after the shows. Hey, can I suck your dick? Please.
Well, it's the shirt, dude.
Please.
I don't even know if
Please,
it's the comedy.
Hey,
you
get laid,
on,
bro.
Dude.
It just happens. Like, it's weird. It's like this weird energy when you first sign. It's like the greatest first. Like it's like that honeymoon period, right? Like a new relationship, everything's great. It's the same thing. It's like that honeymoon phase of like, the first 3 months was sick, dude. Got my dick sucked by like some chick from the show. It was great. Fucking. We were just partying. I was booked with Keith Pedro all the time. Sick. Keith Pedro was the man,
Sick
bro.
guy to get
he was just
with.
for like my first 3 months. I was just with him all the time. We were just partying. We were going out. It was so fun all the time. And then that honeymoon phase kind of fades away, and then the next phase comes, which is what I'm going through now, which is, oh man, like what's next?
Hotels.
We got
what's next? Well, what is next? I mean, now we're on 25.
Now we're in
next?
year 25. We're a million Yucks. I'm emceeing. Probably by year 26, 27, soon to be headlining, essentially. Yeah. Which just means I'm doing a longer time with a little bit more money, but that's okay.
So, but like, is that officially what's next? Like, we're trying to headline.
Well, that's going to happen, right? That's not, that is next, but that's not really what I'm making happen. Like, that just will happen. They'll eventually be like, do you want a headline? And it'll be all right, you know? But it's just maybe getting the material ready.
Well, but if you don't start bombing.
No.
It's staying focused, though.
Yeah,
that's what
it's staying focused, right.
Like,
it's wanting it. If you want a headline, you ask.
You have not won the battle yet, right? Like, we're still in the heat of battle.
You never win the battle.
That's what I mean. So you got to stay, like...
It's an everyday battle.
Yeah. I think that's one that you should, like, don't lose that. Don't lose this fire yet. You know what I mean?
It's an everyday battle.
Exactly. But it's like you're like, oh, it's inevitable. It's like, no, it's not. Like, we gotta stay in it, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this was a big accomplishment. Now it's like, let's stay in it, though, dude.
For sure.
That's
100%.
Can't wait. I can't wait for the shirts when you start headlining, dude.
The headliner shirts.
Mainly, I just can't not see the next stage of shirts. That's really what I'm in this for.
I'm gonna go to
How
Winners.
big
We're
does
getting
this
a bunch of
mustache
shirts.
get? Like, I want to know, dude.
How thick and bushy is it gonna
like
get
your
here?
hair is gonna get curlier, dude. It's gonna be sick.
How much of that Ron Jeremy are you gonna bring out of you?
Exactly, dude.
I'm so ready for it. You're 25, man. Next steps, like when that honeymoon phase passes and you're in that hotel again for the fucking 20th time in the last 2 months, you're like, man, you know what? I gotta make it here because this is it. Like, okay, yeah, if I start headlining, cool, but I'm gonna be in the same hotel. I'm gonna be in the same fucking clubs, making a little more, but still, it's like, all right.
So please watch
it's
the
like,
podcast.
Yuck Yucks is great and they're amazing and I love them, but this is what they tell me. Even they tell you when they sign you, or at least what I got told is like, yo, we can only take you so far. It's not like it used to be. You got to take your career in your own hands. We'll give you a little money. We'll let you do more stage time. You can work our clubs, whatever. But that's about it. Like, we'll put you up, whatever. But like at the end of the day, you got to take your career into your own hands, right?
Yeah.
If you want it, right? Some guys they're just signed with Yucks and that's it. And that's all they've wanted and that's it. And they've got it made. They're happy to do get their checks and get paid and that's it, right? I want more. I don't want just that. You know, this isn't the end of the road. There's more to do.
Yeah.
There's more work to be done. We're in year 25. Yeah, we started the pod. We started this pod. This pod. It's doing well right now. We got some reels doing well on Instagram right now. The YouTube is climbing right now. It's slow, but it's day by day, step by step.
Day by day.
We are building the empire.
Brick by brick. Sir.
Brick by brick, day by day. That's one of my going to be my positive manifestations is day by day, step by step, brick by brick. The empire is being built. All right. These are the next steps. We're going to take over the world. We're doing it. We're taking over the fucking world. This is the pod. We're starting here. I like this pod. This is the pod.
This is it.
This is the pod. You know, we got other stuff cooking. But next steps, man. It's that day by day, step by step. We're building the empire, brick by brick. We're
Get dressed before we jerk off. Just little things like that.
It's little things like this now. We're gonna have to improve on. You know, get out of bed before you jerk off.
Yeah, what happened to getting up at 7:30 going to the gym? What happened to that?
It's happening. You know, not every day, but you know, we're trying. You know, I'm getting up here and there. We get up. We build the good habits. We get rid of the bad habits. We're writing. We're performing. We're killing. We're gonna start doing longer sets, 30s, 40s. We're gonna start headlining. This podcast is gonna do well. We're gonna start selling tickets. We're gonna start touring. It's all gonna fucking happen in due time. And that's what I mean. At exactly in this moment in time, whatever the day it is, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I'm exactly where I need to supposed to be in this room right now, filming this podcast, finishing off the trilogy of part 3 of being 25 years old, the Robert Khakham show. That was it. I think we did it.
What a journey.
I think we did it.
What a journey, dude.
I don't know. You have any questions?
Nah, I feel like I know you so well now.
I think we did
I feel
it,
like you're
man.
my own.
I think we did it, man.
We're blood.
I think we did it. I think this was good, man. I'm happy we did this. I did not expect when I first made the notes for this that this was going to turn into a 3-part series.
Who could have seen it?
Who could have seen it?
5 hours of podcast.
Who could have seen it, man? I thought I could get through years once. I thought I didn't have enough stuff to talk about, but nah, man. Turns out if you talk about your life, you got shit to talk about.
If you really dig into it. If you start from year 0, dude, you can talk.
If you start from when you were a sperm,
yeah.
You got shit to
That's
talk
the problem.
about.
People talk about their lives. They don't start at sperm.
They
start when they remember shit.
They don't start at
let's put together the pieces, though.
Sperm, bro. Go to part 1 and listen to it, bro. I was a fucking sperm, and now I'm signed with Yuck Yucks.
Wild, dude.
If you think about that, right? You think my dad knew that in his balls was a future soon-to-be Yuck Yucks middle?
He had no idea.
You think he knew that? You think he knew when he ejaculated into my mom that there was that? Hey, you know what I just ejaculated? A fucking middle act, a fucking MC 20-minute act.
This kid's gonna be a 25-year-old middler.
This kid's gonna get 200,000 views on Instagram reel one day.
Yeah.
You think he knew that?
He had no idea.
You think he knew he was gonna get fired from work for gambling?
He might have known that.
He probably did.
Yeah, he probably knew that.
He probably knew that. He probably was like, "That's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my son."
He was like, I knew that would happen.
All right. I mean,
is that it? Are we wrapping it? It feels like it's hard to say goodbye
It's
to
just
this almost.
we got listen. All good things must come
But
to an
remember,
end.
this is because we're gonna keep moving forward. This was a cool part in this,
We keep moving forward.
and we're back in action next week. We're gonna be talking gambling. We're gonna be talking jerking off. We're gonna be talking shit.
We're-
We're gonna
all
be
the
back
classics.
to the fucking good shit. Dude.
All the next week is back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
was kind of like Tokyo Drift of our Fast and Furious. Right? Our whole thing is Fast and Furious, and this was our Tokyo Drift where they get like different characters and stuff.
I literally, as this entire life was happening, there were Fast and Furious movies coming out.
Yeah.
What a franchise.
I know. What a franchise.
What a fucking franchise,
really.
dude.
One of the biggest takeaways from this
What-
is that like Fast and
The
Furious was
whole
being created
time
as you were alive.
I'm going through all of this shit. There are just Fast and Furious movies coming out, which to me was why I started the whole adding I'm like, there's so many of these fucking movies.
it's a
I've
great
literally
bit.
lived an entire life through the Fast and Furious series. You know?
You should somehow do this.
Name
and,
me
like,
another franchise.
I don't know if you can make this into like a 20-minute set that's funny, but like just like always having checkpoints of like, all right, so we're at Fast 6 now. Like that's a very funny call.
We're at Fast and Furious 7 now.
Like I don't think it ever doesn't get funny because they're always there. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you're just like doing the same thing over and over again.
I know. Listen, I know I said next week is back to regular scheduled programming, but it's not. Because you know what? We've grown. These last 3 episodes, we've all grown. This podcast has grown a little bit. It's going to be back to new scheduled programming. It's going to be, you can't ever go back to what it was before this series.
Can't
you know?
ever go back.
You can't ever go back to this series
You're so right.
before it was. Now it's something new. It's something new now. We're gonna have the rants. The rants are coming. The content is coming. The reels are. We're gonna get all the good stuff.
This is going to be like when you were 23 all over again. You're coming with fire and new bits and new topics, new material.
But you know what? There's gonna be a different energy about it with this pod going forward.
This time it's going to be different.
This time, it ain't gonna be the same. All right, we've come a long way since episode 1, even when I was just talking about going to Niagara Falls. We've come a long way.
Still my favorite episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Episode 1?
Yeah, mainly.
Episode 1. Out of all of this, was episode 1 still your
Still my
favorite?
favorite episode.
Mm.
I think we've gone downhill since then.
It's only gotten worse,
I
fellas.
think we've gotten significantly worse since episode 1.
But you know what? We're going to keep getting worse, and we're going to keep getting better because it's all about learning. It's all about growth and reflection, and that's what this was about. The light just died on Tyler, but that's okay.
We knew that was going to happen, actually.
But that's okay.
Yeah, we didn't know. Yeah.
That's okay.
An hour 43. That thing did well. That's a good light.
It's a good thing.
It's good to know. Growth.
I think that's the
Growth, good to
sign, man.
learn.
I see the universe has its ways. The universe just told us time to fucking wrap it up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for listening, everyone, to the 3-part trilogy of turning 25 years old. This was fun, man. Thank you guys for coming on this journey with us. Back to the regular scheduled new stuff. The new energy coming at you. It's going to come at you next week. Thank you again for listening. If you liked it, obviously comment below, leave a review, thumbs up, whatever you do. Interact with this in some sort of way. Send it to your friends. I appreciate you guys. I've been Robert Khakham with my producer,
Tyler Hartley.
Tyler Hartley. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of the week. Later. Goodbye.